I could shorten this up and make this smaller, and then fit all these in one line like this. Like this. And then include these over here. Like this. Would that work? Would you guys rather that? That way you can kind of see everything as I go over the news. You kind of just do like this, you know? Maybe shorten these up a little bit, you know? Like that. What about this? Does this work? That's probably about the same. Yeah. Does that work? Let me know if that works. That's more stuff, you know? Because like once we get far enough down the gappers list anyway, it's a little bit more obscure stuff anyway, so not super relevant, I don't think. So yeah, I can just do this. Let me know if this works better. Wait, let me make sure you can see that this is actually above gappers like that. Yeah, because I think that works better anyway. I'm gonna go down the list. But let me know if you prefer this right here. I can do that if you guys want to. Let me know. Oh, my bad, guys. I forgot my music was super loud. What I was saying though is that would you guys rather this right here? Like, is that better? Would you guys rather this right here? I'm a weatherman, you know? But would you guys rather this right here where it's like there's just more content in the scanners instead of just gap scanners? It's like a lot of content here. Would you guys prefer that over what I had before? Man, I got this light shining in my face. Hold on. I got a lot of light over here. It should work. It should be noticeably better. Alright. But yeah, so what do you guys prefer? Would you guys rather that? Or what do you guys like? Well, what works better for you all? See, the problem with the light is that I look all greasy because of the light, you know? Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I did the light, but it's not like it's bright. That's much better. Yeah. All right. So yeah, let me know what you guys would rather, because I think I could fit more like this. I never read that stuff. That's good. We already have charts. More scanners. All right, I got you. I turned the music down, bro. I got you. You know. I'm just trying to figure out what people like better, you know, because like I could leave everything up like this. Whoa, look at my hair, it's all shiny. I could leave I could leave everything up like this, but it's like I think people would probably like, number one, I think this one's a little bit too much. This one down, because we got to put the pre-market movers, which are actually like interesting levels. Like look at this scanner here, team. Your wish is my command, guys, because, like, look. Okay, like, what if I did this? You know, we can see this gap scans. Look. We put it down. We got new daily highs up here, and then we drag this one down. And this is, like, solid movers, too. We don't need the time in there. Yeah. Like that. I think that works. And this is just pre-market movers. I think that's probably the best one. That way I had... Because I want to keep my chart up, you know? But, like... Not so much to where, like, the chart has to be up. You know what I mean? I'm just seeing if this works better. Hey, nice, Charles. Yeah, right. We need the chart there for sure. I know it's my money, but to be honest, the stream makes me money too, and I would like to do what the viewers like to do. You know what I mean? Like I said, y'all's wish is my command. If y'all want better charts, I got you, you know, but you just gotta let me know. All right, guys. All right, so let's take a look at these gap scanners. We got SONA gapping up here from 541 all the way up to 1390, a huge gap up for SONA here, and we can go over the catalyst behind this. That hurts, Charles. That hurts, bro. Nah, man. My face has got to stay. I'm sorry. My face has got to stay. The reason being is because more people join if your face is there, right? If your face isn't there, then it hurts the algorithm. Like people, I know people are gonna say, I don't want to see your face. I want to see charts. I get it. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Chris. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. I could always make my face smaller, like this, you know. But like, I got to keep my face here because I'm devastatingly attractive, and people want to see my face. You know, that's just the reality behind it. It's just the truth, you know. No, I'm just joking. But seriously though, it helps the algorithm if you actually show your face, and so I gotta show my face. Trust me, I used to do it without my face, and I loved it. I could sit there, pick my boogers, you know, I could sit there in my boxers, and like nobody cared. You know what I mean? Nobody could see me, and now I gotta just sit here and act normal for 3 hours a day with you all. But you know, it is what it is. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Steven. Thank you, sir. Thanks, bro. All right, but yeah, like I said, SONA gapping up big here. Yeah, I'm going to try it. We'll see. I'll try it. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to start going over these news releases. Like I said, SONA, a huge gap up. This is Sonoma Pharmaceuticals. And the reason they are up is because their disinfectant received Australian Register of Therapeutics Goods approval. And so, again, their disinfectant got an Australian Register of Therapeutic Goods approval. So let me go ahead and go over this whole, this entire thing. The company said Thursday that Microsafe Care Australia received approval for their NanoSyn disinfectant and sanitizer, which is manufactured by Sonoma. And Sonoma over doubled here, more than doubled. The claims that a disinfectant has a virucidal effect must be expressly permitted by the Australian Therapeutics Goods Administration before being used in consumer advertising, including on label in Australia, the company said. So I guess they got approved for that advertising. And SONA over doubled, like I said, gapping up from 540s to 1373. We'll see what happens here. This one has a few really interesting levels. Number one, the float is huge here. The float is tiny, opposite. The float is very small because you can see how big the range is. So usually when it's a tiny float, the stock moves easier. It has a bigger range, an easier time moving, and that is explained here with SONA. You can see a huge range. A tiny float of 1.31 million, which is very small. And again, this one has some very specific levels that look interesting. Number one is $10 here. This $10 level has multiple confirmations here, right around $10. And, if we break underneath that, we do have an area that's relatively void of support and resistance. And so that's an interesting level under 10 specifically for SONA, if it holds or not. And then we also have this previous high right here that is also now acting as support. And this one has a lot of confirmations here as well. This level is at 1350. You can have a resistance level here, support here, and support here. So that's a really confirmed level too. I love this range right here in between $13.50 and $10. I know it's a huge range, but it's a small float stock. And these are the interesting levels in my opinion for SONA. We'll see what happens. The other level obviously is the pre-market high up here at 1550. And we break that, we could get a huge run. These are the type of stocks that have such small floats that could potentially go parabolic. And so let's wait and see what happens. But that's SONA. Then the second one we have to go over today, the second one on the gappers list is ADAP here. ADAP, huge rip. I'm guessing it's a small float as well, but it's not actually. This is not a small float. This is a large float. This is over $500 million in the float for ADAP here. And this one's gapping up from $4.86 all the way to over $11 for ADAP. A huge gap up. Let's go over this news as well. This is a big news. I'm sure this one's probably tradable for me, and so I might trade this one if we get some good opportunities here. Okay, so sorry. So this is Adaptimmune Therapeutics, is ADAP. They presented updated data from their ADP A2M4 phase 1 trial. So positive trial results here that demonstrated durability and responses in synovial sarcoma, supporting the Spearhead-1 as a potential registrational trial. It had a new phase 2 trial in EGJ cancer planned in the first H of 2021. After the first 2 patients treated responded to the next generation ADP A2M4 CD8 therapy. So basically, just to put it into understandable terms here, this was positive trial results for ADAP. They had human trials. They were positive. Now it's almost tripling. You know what I mean? It's up, what, 250%? Something like that. So ADP is up huge. Positive trial results is all this is. Now, there are some interesting specific levels here. Number one, I think, let me remove this because that's, nobody cares about that level anymore. But $10 is an interesting one. $11, $11.75 pre-market high. And then maybe $9 if it gets low as well. But I'd look at $11.75 as the most obvious momentum level. If it breaks $11.75, this thing might rip up. And so that's really what I'm looking for here. If it breaks $11.75, it might just smash up. And so we'll see what happens. Yeah, man. ADAP going crazy. Positive trial results is all this is. Then we got PRTY here. And this is Party City, I think. Right? If I remember correctly, this is Party City. Am I wrong? Is it Party City? I think it is. Look, I don't have a problem investing in Party City either, man. This is Party City, I'm assuming. Let me see. Look, because I got a little bit of liquid money that I can invest right now. I've got like a grand or so in my trading account that I could potentially put money into the stock market with. Yeah, this is Party City. What do you guys think of Party City? I could throw $1,000 at this thing and just buy 100 shares and just chill. Or I could buy like 500 shares of this thing and just hang out, man, with the big range. I don't know if I want to invest in this, though. This is the stock. These are the type of stocks that it's like, yeah, they kind of look good, but like, dude, this thing rolls over on me and like, I'm going to lose all of my investment, man. This is one of those super risky trades. Like I said, I don't hate it long term. I'm going to have to look a little bit deeper in it, but this is Party City gapping up from 102 to 176 here. Huge gap up. Went as high as $2 at one point. It's back down below $2. It's at 170s now, but it's still a huge rip up. They signed a transaction support agreement with bondholders holding over 440 million of their bonds, is what this is. So again, they signed a agreement with bondholders that reduces leverage and relaxes covenants. And so in turn, they are ripping up this morning. Like I said, I might buy 100 shares of this bad boy and see what happens. I don't hate that. I also, honestly, I don't mind buying 100 shares of Hertz either, Like, I'm not going to buy a huge position here, but, like, I don't hate that, What do you guys think? But, yeah, that's why Party City's up. I might just throw a few $100 at Hertz and Party City and maybe get in that bad boy, My UAL trade's down, but I'm still up a huge amount. Like I said, like, I'm sure some people are like, oh, John, haha, I told you so with UAL. But it's like, dude, like, I'm still up like 20 or 10% at least in the remaining shares. And I've already taken enough off to where I'm up like $300 minimum with like a $1,500 investment. And so I'm still killing it with UAL. And again, I could let the rest work because I've already taken profits in my United Airlines trade. Whatever happens here, if it's break even, it's break even, but it's definitely not going to be a losing trade, and I've already made money with it so far. So I do have some more money to play with now that I have taken that off. We also have ZS here. ZS. Huge rip in ZS, and this is kind of right in my wheelhouse where stocks I actually enjoy trading with ZS. Look at this move here. Strong moves. What do we got? This is Zscaler. Price target changed. Third quarter results came out yesterday in after hours is what this is. The Zscaler also acquired Edgewise Networks for an undisclosed sum. So they had an acquisition. They had third quarter results that came out. Just to read the third quarter results, this is it. They had a loss per share of 15 cents, revenue of 110.5 million, and fourth quarter adjusted EPS of 2 cents, which is adjusted to 3 cents EPS. So yeah, fourth quarter revenue of 117 to 119 million. And so good results that came out for ZS. We'll see what happens. This is an interesting one as well. Again, $90. This $90 level's big. You also have this level up here at like 90.50. You know, that's interesting. And then you have this confirmed level at 91.30 where the pre-market high is. Those are the most recent levels. If we break below that, the next level is 88.75 down here. And so that's really what I would watch for ZS. We'll see what happens. Huge gap up. Maybe I'll trade it. Maybe I won't. We'll see. We also have big lots here gapping up on lower volume. Not really loving the volume for big lots. But sales growth in second quarter, first quarter profit better than expected. EPS of 65 to 80 cents. FactSet's EPS consensus of 24 cents. So better than expected results for big lots, which is retail. Interesting. That's good for the market for sure. And so we'll see here, but interesting. Hertz is risky for sure, but if I listen, here's the reality, right? Hertz, I could put $100 into Hertz and buy about 100 shares. Maybe I put like $105, depending on the price right now. $105 into Hertz, buy 100 shares, and if Hertz goes up to $5 eventually, that's a 500% return on my investment. You know, or I guess it would go up to $6. That's a 500% return, but a huge return relative to the risk, okay? Small risk, I might lose $100, but that's assuming, listen, Hertz filed for, I believe it was Chapter 7 bankruptcy. It was not Chapter 11. It's not going to completely go out of business, I don't think. And I think risking $100 to potentially make a lot is not a bad risk, right? Sure, it might go out of business and I might lose my $100, but in the end, buying 100 shares, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be the end of the world, you know. Yeah, it's $100. That's what people don't realize. Like, listen, like if I could risk $100 on a swing trade / investment on Hertz, betting that it might actually survive, you know, what's the problem? If it goes down to 40, I'll get out. If it goes down to the lows of the day, I'll exit that thing. I'll lose $60. Is that the end of the world? No. Could this thing get back up to 5+ eventually? Yeah, it could. Somebody buys this bad boy out. Somebody does something like that, man. This thing could shoot back up. I'm not gonna say it will. I still think it's in a terrible shape. Terrible shape, but it's a possibility, and the risk reward's not horrible. You know, shout out to Gavin. Gavin's the one that kind of approached me with that idea, and I don't necessarily hate it. It's not a, you know, it's not a terrible idea per se. Then we have Astrazeneca. This one's gapping up big here. Like I said, I don't think you should buy anything that you can't afford to lose, because I think it is somewhat of a gamble. But I don't hate it. You know, it is what it is. People are different. Everybody's a little bit different. All right, so Astra here. Achieved a tumor response rate of 45.3% in patients with the HER2 positive metastatic colorectal cancer in phase 2 Destiny CRC01. So positive results for AZN Biodrug, it sounds like. Yeah, they did have a nice tumor response rate of 45.3% in patients with colon cancer, it sounds like. So interesting levels there. We'll see what happens. We also have GOLD. Hey, listen, guys, look at, you know, this is a great example of what I was just talking about, okay? This is a great example, okay? Here's the reality, right? A few days ago, about a week ago, I was talking about LK. And my logic behind LK was when it was down here at like $1 something, okay? I was saying, hey, I think LK is a terrible company, but do I think it might run up in the next few days? Yeah. I'm not saying it's even like on good fundamentals. I'm just saying it might run up in the next few days. And look at LK since I said that. Look at this. LK went all the way up to $3, up 300%, 200%, and you know, it's still up over 100% from where it was at like $1 and maybe not 100%, a little bit less, but still, it's still up a ton. So that's the type of stuff, like, look, I'm risking a few $100. I might play around with it. We'll see. I'm not, like I said, I'm not necessarily recommending anybody else do it. Like, I've got money to, you know, I got money to lose, so to speak. And so if I lose $100 betting on Hertz, I'll be okay. Yeah, we also have GOLD, Anglo Gold here. Or no, Rand Gold. gapping up here from 23.90s to 24.75. So yeah, first quarter results came out a few days ago, but I think this is just gold that's up. We can look at GLD. Yeah, gold's up. To look at the overall market itself here, guys. Let me see where the previous closing price is here. Okay, so we're about break even in the SPY right now. The SPY is just about break even. Just to go over the ETF preview here. It says, quote, stock futures were, and this is from MT Newswires. I'm going to quote this, and this is the market news, and this is from MT Newswires on Thinkorswim. It says, quote, stock futures were pointing lower ahead of the opening bell on speculations U.S. President Trump will announce later in the day sanctions against China for its decision to impose a security law in the former British colony. There have been speculations that Washington will withdraw the special status grant to Hong Kong as the city has lost its autonomy from China due to the proposed security law, and this will lead to the end of preferential tariffs on Hong Kong's exports to the U.S., among other perks. Investors are worried that another trade war will erupt between Washington and Beijing, a repeat of the two-year road that plunged global financial markets and dented worldwide growth. The tensions also put into question the implementation of an initial trade deal that they forged earlier this year. In an economic data release, Census Bureau reported that the U.S. international trade in goods in April showed a deficit of 7 billion, compared with the consensus for a deficit of 64.7 billion. Meanwhile, we have the PCE price index showed a reading of minus 0.5% compared with the consensus of minus 0.6%, so a little bit better, versus the estimates of minus 0.3%, so a little bit worse. Core PCE price index showed a reading of minus 0.4% compared with the consensus of minus 0.3%. And looking ahead, the Institute for Supply Management Chicago will release the May results of its survey at 9:45 Eastern, which is 15 minutes after the bell. That is about an hour and 25 minutes from now. With expectations for a reading of 40 compared with the prior reading of 35.4. Then the University of Michigan will release the May results of its consumer survey at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is in about 2 hours and 10 minutes. We'll see what happens at, about an hour and 10 minutes. And so, yeah, we can look at a few other things here. We have commodity with crude that's down 2.4%. U.S. oil fund is down 1.5%. Natural gas is up 1.5%. U.S. natural gas fund is up 1%. Gold is up 0.6%. The Spider Gold Trust is up 0.6% as well. Silver is up 1.7%. And the iShares Silver Trust is up 2%. So gold, silver up, market down. Oil is down because of a looming potential trade war. Is basically what's going down today. And so we'll see what happens. Like I said, I drew these levels out a few days ago, and look how well they're following that. So interesting here, for sure. Hey, all you sexy traders. What's up, Bubba? I'm not getting in with 4 shares. Yeah, dude, I told y'all. Hey, what's up, James? Hey, what's up, James? Hey, appreciate that, bro. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hey, shout out to my man, Sean. Appreciate the sub, bro. Like I said, guys, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell. We do this live for free every single day right here on YouTube. Show support for what we do here. Smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Show support for what we do here. Everything's free. But yeah, guys, we'll see what happens. Remember to hit that like button. We only got 23 likes in here. We almost have 200 people in here, so smash that like button, guys, if you haven't already. Show support for what we do here, guys. We do this live every day. Do it. Let me look into these. So the one I'm the one I'm a little bit more interested in is Party City, PRTY, and I know it had good news that came out, and so it's a little up at this point. HTZ, I thought it was, I know it filed for bankruptcy. Hertz bankruptcy lawyer said company must downside fleet to post-pandemic setting. Carl Icahn sold his entire stake in Hertz. $2 billion loss. Okay, good. I mean, Hertz could do. Listen, I might take a few hundred shares of HTZ. It's not the reason I might is because it's not gonna take any buying power. It's not gonna hurt any buying power. It's $100, $104 to be exact, and I'll still have some money to play with, so I might do that right now. I just want 100 shares. I wonder how much that's going to run me. I might have to edit my order. Go to extended hours. Limit. Yeah, that should work. There we go. Yeah, it's 100 shares. If I can get up to 2, you know, I'm gonna play with it. Listen, I might lose $100. It'll be all right. I'll play with it. We'll see. I'll bet on it. Like I said, I don't necessarily. I'm not an investing professional. Not liable for anybody that decides to try to copy my dumb trades here. Be careful. I really don't know what I'm doing, so don't follow me, team. I hope so, Kyle. Yeah, that's very possible right now, though, Daniel. That's what nobody's saying. You know. Alright, guys, but yeah, let me know what your favorite mover is in today's market. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. We almost got over 200 people in here. Show your support for what we do here. We're going to be day trading with 1,000 shares at the open. 1,000 shares minimum is really what I'm going to be doing today. Wish me luck. If you guys don't know, to be fully transparent, yesterday I did lose over $600 trading stocks. 100%. Lost $600 in my account. It happens. It was a really good week up to this point, and I'm still up on the week, believe it or not, but I did lose $640 yesterday trading stocks. I traded after the stream, and for once it did not go my way, and I lost over $600 in the market. And so it is what it is. Like I said, in my account in the last month, I'm still up like $5,000. And so it is what it is. You know, I lost over $600. It happens, but I did do that. I did lose. Just to be honest with you guys, understand that I lost some money yesterday. We're going to be trying to rebound today. Minimum 1,000 shares. Wish me luck. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm good. Like I said, people, listen. It's been a while since I've lost that much, and it's okay. Because like I said, it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like, I'm going to lose sometimes. I made $1,000. To put it into perspective, the day before yesterday, I made $1,000 plus in the market. And so really, I'm about break even in the last 3 days. And I'm still up a huge amount in the last few weeks. And so, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to win every day. When you take the kind of swings I have been lately, I'm going to get hit sometimes, and that's all right, you know. Yeah, I'm straight. I'm good. Yes, sir. Hey, like I said, we got this, man. Like I said, in the last few weeks, I'm up like over 10 G's. Or in the last few months, I'm up over 10 grand in my account. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? Let me know what your favorite stock is today. Let me know what you're specifically planning on trading today. Healthcare sector, MRSN good. Yeah, MRSN. What happened to mRNA? I forgot about that one. That one's kind of quiet. MRSN. Yeah, MRSN looks pretty extended up here, though. I don't know what kind of stock this is, but it looks pretty extended up here. I mean, it's up a ton. It just depends on what kind of stock this is. So this is okay. So actually, this was just a public offering of common stock, is what this was. Yeah, it's a pharmaceutical biotech company, and yeah, they announced the pricing of an underwritten public offering of 16 million shares of its common stock at a price of $2.50 per share. The gross proceeds are expected to be $40 million. Hey, brother, good to see you, James. Hey, later, brother. Hey, I'll try not to, James. Hey, come join us again once you're done, brother. You know, if not, no stress. But good to see you, man. Call the ambulance. I know, man. I know. You know. PCG here. PCG ripping up everybody's favorite fire starting company. Can I look at CGC? Yeah, I got you. CGC Cannabis. Down big. Down big. Alright, so yeah, CGC up big here. Or down big. Let me look over the catalyst for CGC and see why it's dropping so much. Alright, so yeah, so CGC posted fourth quarter net loss that was wider than expected. They had good revenue that went up. The company is to undergo a, quote, strategic reset in the fiscal year 2021, but they had a net loss, a larger net loss than what they were expecting for CGC, and so that's actually the bad thing, is that they had a bigger net loss than they thought they would. They did have revenue that went up, but again, a larger loss than they thought. And so that's curious to see where this one goes. CGC is the one cannabis stock I've been trading a lot. CGC as well as ACB. I'm wondering if it's going to influence this one too. Yeah, so I think that news is kind of affecting these other stocks here too, with like ACB, CGC, and stuff. So CGC did finish its acquisition of Reliva, but I don't know, man. We'll see. So yeah, I just posted a wider fourth quarter loss than they were expecting. Revenue went up though for CGC, so we'll see. Like I said, I trade CGC more than most people. We got a few other ones. My UAL trade is down, but again, I mean, I entered this one way down here. So like I entered this one way down here at 25.50, so I'm still up a ton in UAL. And luckily when I took profits of this one, I took profits literally like right up here, right up here at 32s. And so I took profits at the highs, and anything left is just it's not about if I'm gonna win or lose. It's about how much money I'm gonna make by the end of this for UAL. And like I said, it's a longer term hold. I'm still up like 10% in this trade already. So really nice trade for UAL. Very fast, easy trade for sure. We got a few other things like Walgreens is down, hotel and resorts are down, down a little bit, not down a huge amount, but they dropped a lot yesterday too. But Bank of America says they want to work with CGC. That's cool. I mean, they can say whatever they want. I'm curious about how well CGC ends up doing. I'm not saying CGC is going to go up or down. Like, I don't know. You guys know me. I'm more of a active day trader. So like I day trade the market, you know what I mean? So it's like whether it goes up or down short term does not matter to me. I can attack it on both sides, right? That's insignificant to me what happens with it short term. I just want to be able to react to what it actually does, regardless of which way it goes. What's up, Leo? Everybody smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's a beautiful day in the market, team. We got MRSN. Look at this. Look at this rip here. MRSN ripping up, breaking highs here, guys. Pushing over the pre-market high at 2050 or 2045 is the pre-market high right here. And MRSN is starting to rip up over that, guys. Look at this move. The interesting level is 2075, where that high of yesterday was. And we'll see if we can actually break that or not for MRSN. Hey, what's up, Professor? Everybody stop. Professor's here. But man, what's up, dude? Alright. Like I said, let me know if you guys prefer this scanner layout that I have here. You know what I mean? Like, I have this layout. It has a little bit of everything, and that way we can keep the chart up, but keep the layout up as well, so you guys can see what's moving in the market. We could also check out stuff that's up big in pre-market here. And we have, like, MLND popping up on this list. Nothing really huge. PGNY. UTG. BLNK. See, these aren't even up big. OSTK, Overstock. RL. SLCA. But yeah, MRSN is probably the biggest squeezer right now in the market. Look at this move for MRSN. We'll see. We'll see if I can trade it or not. I'll have to check. Hey, appreciate the sub, Barry. Thanks, brother. Alright, guys. I want to see if MRSN is tradable for me or not. Yeah, it looks like I did fall below the 10K profit mark. It's unfortunate, but it's alright. You know, I think I lost about $900 gross yesterday. Ugh, it hurts, guys. It hurts. It's not too bad relative to everything. Just so you guys can see it, about $900 gross in losses yesterday. Like I said, it's alright. I'm still up 10 G's in this account, roughly 9.5K. So really a solid win. It's been a really profitable few weeks, and losers are gonna happen, man. But not too bad. Let me see if MRSN is tradable. It's not, unfortunately. Probably low volume. Maybe they'll list it eventually. PRTY is tradable. Party City is tradable. To be quite honest, though, guys, here's the truth, right? If you want to know my honest opinion about this stock, right? I think long-term, this is going to fail. This is going to become obsolete. Nobody's going to go to a party store anymore. They're just going to order it offline. Order it online, I mean. So nobody's going to buy these things long-term. And you got to think about the future of these type of stocks, right? Specifically, I don't know what Party City's going to do in the next year, but I know in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to go to zero. I think it is, at least, because you got to look at what the internet has made obsolete already, and what the future of some of these retail brick and mortar stores are. And I think Party City is one that's probably going to be obsolete. Not even just Amazon, but anywhere, unless they evolve and start to kind of offer their services online, which I think they're going to have a tough time competing in that space. I think retail brick and mortar stores like this are going to go to zero eventually. When that happens, who knows? But I think that these are going to be relatively obsolete in the future. People aren't going to go to party stores like that. They can just order it off of Amazon. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, Scott. We'll see, brother. Yeah. Yeah, I got you, Angelo. Here, 1 second, brother. Here you go. Hold on. So, let me ask you a question. Do you want the code so you can sign up for trade ideas? Here's that link. Yeah, there's that link. Or do you want the link that will give you my scanner settings? Because I'll give you both. If you want this scanner settings, let me know. I'll give you both. Okay, yeah, so you just want my scanner settings. I got you. Hold on. I didn't know which one you wanted. Yeah, here's all my pre-market scannings. Here's all my pre-market settings. Up, gappers, down, gappers, all that stuff. Yeah, I got you. Here you go. Here you go. It's right there. Like I said, if you want my, I have my intraday ones too. Like when the market opens, I'll give you the other ones if you want to. No stress. You know, they got some people that are like charging all this money for their scanner settings. I don't understand it, man. Like, what's the point? Like, who cares? Like, you're gonna try to charge somebody $500 for a bunch of settings that they can figure out eventually? It's just a convenience thing. Like, all you gotta do is watch a Google video, and trade ideas are pretty simple to figure out. And so, why charge money for that stuff, man? Just give it there. You know, anybody wants my scanner settings, you can have them. I'm not gonna be weird with my scanner settings. MGEN. What did I just have up here? MRSN maybe? Yeah, MRSN is ripping up. We got ZS here with a huge move. Look at ZS. ZS is probably my favorite watch. It's a huge range, but it's a monstrous gap up here. A monstrous gap up. PHIO? Yeah, PHIO is making some huge rips. I went over this one once already this morning, and the reason this one is up... this one is first quarter EPS that came out on the 12th, but this one is up after in vivo data on compound. So yeah, they announced positive in vivo data on the intratumoral use of intasyl compound showing strong anti-tumor activity. So positive results basically for PHIO, and it is ripping up here. If I had to draw some levels out, it would be 350, 450, 5, and 620, and then maybe this one here. So have you made any money this year? Yeah, I'm up like 10 G's right now. You know, I'm probably up in the last like month and a half. I'm probably up around 7 grand, 6 grand, 7 grand, something like that. So I made a lot. I mean, I've recently scaled up, and I'm not an expert. You know, I'm not a guru. I'm not selling a course or anything like that. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just letting people watch me trade. The whole channel is just a resource and community for traders, and so you know, I'm not an expert. You know, I don't have anything to prove to anybody because, again, I'm not selling anything. But, like I said, I am up, right now my account is up 9.4 grand. And the last month and a half, I made about 6 of that as with my scale-up process is what that is. Hey, shout out to Daniel, Falcons, Barry. Appreciate the subs, guys. Hit that subscribe button. I really like to break 23K today. We are so close to breaking 23,000 subscribers. And so hit the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Let's break 25K or 23,000 today. Let's do it. All right, thank you, guys. Hey, what's up, Jim? What's up, Bubba? What's up, Lewis, Parth, Chris, Kenny, Kimberly, Leroy, Lewis, Chris, Federico, Angelo, Meyer, Daniel, Jorge, Leo, Coffin, Allah, Federico, Larry, Budley, Thomas, James. What's up, James? What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, man. What are my thoughts on PayPal? I don't know. PayPal's tough, man. You know, it's up so high already, so it's like, just based off of extension, I don't think I would invest in it. But like short-term day trading, it's relatively volatile. You know, there's some good trades to be had there if you have enough buying power for it. But on a longer-term basis, in my opinion, it's just too high up there. It's just too extended up there, in my opinion. But we do have stuff like ADAP here. You know, check out ADAP. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Van. Welcome, bro. Appreciate it. Kevin? Alright, I got you. Lewis. Is it Lewis or Louis? Hey, what's up, Angelo? ABIO, what you think? Let me check that thing out, man. Hey, what's up, Parth? I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here, bro. Shout out to my man Parth over there. You know. Hey, what did you guys think of the thumbnail today? I made my thumbnail all shiny. I made it all shiny and new for you guys. Just for you. I made it all shiny and new. That rhymed.
Can I have my breakfast?
Yeah, buddy, I got you. Here, 1 second, dude. I got you, buddy. We also got a few other ones here, like DRNA's ripping up here in pre-market. We got OC, high relative volume coming in. AIM. We've got like I said, one of my favorites is ZS this morning. Just a big rip, big move here. There we go. We got Mitchy Rich in here. Hold on 1 second. But yeah, look at ZS. All right, let me turn the volume down for him. What's up, brother? Hold on. Let me turn the volume down. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright, say something, Mitch. Let's check the volume.
Alright. What's going on, guys? How we doing? Good morning. What's going on, traders?
There we go.
How we doing? Good morning. How we doing? Buddy Bear, Larry, Angelina, Ali, Leo, Kimberly in the house. What's going on, James? It's always good to see our members in the chat. We got Bubbalicious, Jim Smith, Speed Flight, Brian, Danny, Jason, Lewis, Carrie. What's going on, guys? If you guys are new to the chat, definitely say hello.
Yes, sir. Alright, let me see. Alright, I got you up. I gotta go make my son his breakfast, so I'll be back in a sec. I'll let Mitch hold it down. Until then, let me know how the volume works. Appreciate the sub, Edwin. Thank you, sir. Appreciate the subscribe. We're really close to 23,000. I'd love to break 23,000 today, guys. But I'll be back, team. Music's loud. Alright, my bad. Here, I got you guys. Hold on.
All right, team. If you guys have any specific stocks you guys want me to take a look at pre-market here, go ahead and let me know. Move this a little bit so we can see some stocks here. All right. Yeah, got a shout out from my peoples. Always, Paul. That's what I enjoy to do. Definitely. At the end of the day, I look forward to seeing you guys in here. Gives me something to really look forward to. HTZ, we got Apple. All right, we can take a look at those. I know everyone's been talking about HTZ because, it's been bouncing back. What I'd say about this one, man, is I wouldn't touch it with a stick because you're essentially saying that you're going to put your money at risk. If you're willing to somewhat get some money back in maybe bankruptcy court, in the long term, yeah, maybe you could take a shot in HTZ, see if it's going to come back. But when I get worried about stocks like this, there's so many opportunities in the investing world and so many things that you can day trade, guys. I personally think there's way better opportunities than trading HTZ here at $1. It's like trading LK. I personally just I would avoid it, guys. There's plenty of different options to trade. There's definitely different stocks to trade out there. Let's go ahead and keep going here. Different stock here. Apple. Someone wants to take a look at Apple. We could take a look at Apple here. Definitely getting near the highs. But this is a strong technology stock. I think you need to go ahead and see long term how Apple's going to do in this environment. A lot of people are thinking that their iPhone sales are going to go down. That's why they came out with a budget phone. That's what they're really trying to do, guys, is increase sales in iPhones, continue their move in their different products, like whether it be watches or AirPods. At the end of the day, we've always seen Apple innovate and bring out new products. I think they're going to get really big into content, and that should help them in the long term. But we'll go ahead and see if this holds 300 on the long term. All right, let's go ahead and keep going here. Well, Kathleen, I wouldn't necessarily say that TradeNet doesn't trade sectors like healthcare or communication services, because that's not necessarily true. I mean, I could trade MBOT, The one that traded yesterday, PHAS. These are penny stocks essentially, and I'm able to trade these on TradeNet. So we definitely have access to certain stocks. The key is liquidity. This stock traded 20 million shares the day before, and that's why I have more than likely the access to trade it. All right, guys, checking out some other stocks that are up in the chat here. We got Penn. Uh-oh.
Did bitch die? What happened?
We lost him.
Yeah.
We got Penn here, guys. Yesterday I was watching this one.
Volume's really low.
All right, guys. That should be better.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I saw Penn really turn around yesterday up when it got to this 35. I was trying to see a double top, triple top there, and I didn't get it. It completely just flipped down and just came straight back down from that 35. So today I'm going to be watching for this one to come up towards this 3270 area and then come back down. That's kind of the look that I'll be looking for in Penn. But it's all really going to depend on how it reacts when it bounces up here in this resistant area. One of the patterns that I see common is a pattern like this, where a stock will look kind of bearish all pre-market, bounce up near the resistance, and then eventually fade back down. I can draw that look out for you. I see this look a lot, where it comes down, comes up, comes down, hangs out, pre-market, bomb, then shoots up, hits the resistance, knocks back down. I've seen that pattern happen plenty of times. That's kind of the pattern that I'll be looking for in this stock.
Is the music still louder than Mitch? Is it, guys? Let me know how the volume is. What's the volume like? Does the volume still work? I can turn it down a little bit more.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and keep going. I see Gain, everyone talking about a stock that I feel bad that I didn't push a little bit more. This is a stock I definitely was bullish on, especially yesterday. I started bringing up the gambling again, and gambling is doing well, man. We talked about this weeks ago that maybe this would push the industry towards legalization in different states and really get this whole sports betting thing going. And I think that's what you're seeing. It's investors' interest in the thought that maybe in the long term, we are going to get this move. Why I like Gain, guys, is because it's comparable to a different stock in a different service, but it's technology, and I would compare it to a stock called Twilio. Twilio is a stock that I saw while growing up, and what did they do? Twilio served Uber and Lyft, a whole bunch of these different companies on their communications. Kind of like how when you send Uber a text message and it's a completely randomized phone number, that's what Twilio did. They provided that service. So Gain here, what does Gain do? Gain provides a service for these gambling stocks to go ahead and run their service. So they're essentially kind of the back office for these other companies. Like it's not DraftKings, it's the other one. What's the other major one? I use them even sometimes. Not DraftKings, it's maybe you guys can help me out in the chat. I think I even have it.
There's
the two major ones. There's DraftKings and there's one more. There's FanDuel. There you go.
Yeah,
that's the one they serve. There you go. Thank you. It was slipping through my mind right there. Appreciate it, chat. But yeah, that's the one that they serve. And what I think is, since they're like kind of a back office, I mean, as long as the other stocks are doing well, this one will continue doing well, because they're going to get continuous kind of new companies to go ahead and call them up for their services, because it always makes it easier to, let's say, run a program through a platform that already exists, someone that could already assist you in running the company. And I think that's what Gain is really doing well here. New IPO. I'll be looking for pullbacks to 17. I don't want to get caught up here investing at 19s, but is it a day trade today? Yes, you can look at this one in two hats, investor hat and day trading hat, because this one's on the move, guys. All right, let's keep going here, guys. Another one, Twitter, big. We'll definitely be paying attention to it, man. Executive order getting filled yesterday. Don't know if you want to go over some bigger news, John, but
yeah, let's go over some bigger news. Let me see. So we can go over the Twitter news here. That's pretty big news if you want. So as you guys remember, Trump is basically butting heads with Twitter right now. It's not down a huge amount. It's about break even on the day, actually. So the break even level for Twitter is 3160. Let me see. Twitter flagged a tweet about Minneapolis protests for glorifying violence, man. They are just messing with him. But so yeah, so basically, he signed an executive order yesterday that is trying to limit the broad legal protection that the federal law currently provides to social media. And so basically, he signed the order yesterday after Tuesday. Twitter moved for the first time to apply for a fact-checking notice to tweets by the president containing unsubstantiated claims about voter fraud. And again, like I said, I talked about my views yesterday on this. It's an interesting battle to have. I think Twitter should love Trump because they have definitely helped their net worth for sure. But it is an interesting thing to watch for social media in general. We also have, like I said, the overall market itself right now is slightly down on the day. You can see break-even level on the SPY is at 303 roughly, and we are at 302.30. So we're about 70 cents down in the SPY. And the S&P 500, yesterday we closed at around 3,029.73 or so. So it'll be interesting to see where the overall market opens up today. And huge movers though, we got SONA ripping up, big move, gapping up over 300%, and I'm pretty sure this was positive data for SONA here. So their disinfectant was allowed to carry the COVID-19 label in Australia. There had to be an approval process there to see if it was actually a legitimate label for it to say that it could fight COVID-19 and disinfect it. And so that disinfectant was approved for that advertising in Australia for SNOA. And again, that caused this thing to more than double. We also, looking into the overall market itself though, guys, we can take a look and see some of these big market news today. And for most part, we're about break even. No huge moves relative to most other stocks. We have a few other things that came out today, like the USA wholesale inventories for April were at 0.4% versus the expected 0.8%. We also had the USA personal spending month over month for April was at 13.6% versus the 12.6% expected prior of 7.5%. And then we had USA personal income month over month for April at 10.5% versus the 6.5% expected with the prior of 2%. Again, let me see what else we have. That's mostly the big market news today. We have Fed action for markets, quote, impactful, sees second phase of monetary policy to support recovery, which was reported by Bloomberg. We also had White House advisor Kudlow said that President Trump will present ideas to hold China accountable. I tend to disagree with this. I think we need to let the economy settle down before we attack China. I think that's ridiculous right now in this current time. Like, sure, I'm not saying that it's unnecessary. I'm saying that we need to wait and take one thing at a time here. Like going really hard on them right now while the whole economy is in a recession just seems like the wrong move to me. But again, I'm not super well versed, and so
it's just deflection. It's just deflection, guys. It's to pay attention to China, not pay attention to what's happening here, and that's normal for any president to do. Not just because it's Trump, but for any president, they don't want you focusing on their options that they had to make. They want you focusing on who's to blame. Who's to blame? They're trying to push China.
Yeah, but it's
like as simple as that, It's as simple as takes your eyes off of it. But it takes your eye off of it, though, right? A lot.
Well, not really, because I'm watching the market, man. I'm watching the stock market, and right now the stock market needs stability. Like the market itself, the economy needs stability, and so attacking China right now is just unnecessary. Like we need to calm our economy down first, like improve that before we just start attacking China over all this stuff right now. And like I said, I'm not saying we shouldn't, but I'm just saying like we should calm down a little bit first. You know what I mean? Like, we should focus on one thing at a time, and right now we need to focus on our economy, which attacking China right now is hurting it because people have less confidence when that starts to happen. So it is what it is, but, you know, kind of
it's
crazy.
the blame game.
Yeah,
you know, when
sure.
like we can talk about it, like even if it's kind of kids, you know, you find someone to blame, you stop looking at the person making decisions.
Yeah, for sure.
Because everyone talks about the blame game. Is it China? Is it not? And that's what's going to happen. It creates the narrative.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, we got about a minute left. Let's get everything rolling here. I think I'm going to save these scanners. We'll see. Let me know if you guys like these scanners more than the last ones. Let me see. I'm just going to name this option 2. And let's get everything ready. Like I said, guys, 1,000 shares minimum today. If I do trade AMD or MU, it's at least going to be 1,000 shares. I'll try to trade 1,000 shares with other stuff, too. It just depends on what we see there. But yeah, that's going to be what I'm doing today, guys. Wish me luck. Let's get ready here. We got less than a minute here. We got about 40 seconds left until the bell rings.
All right, team. Watching the SPY, we had a weak pre-market. Be careful for an immediate reaction up. A lot of the times we've been getting immediate opposite reactions through the open. So it's just something to keep alert on.
All right, guys, let's see. Let's get all this ready. It should be
You guys know I'm a bear, and even I'm going to be a little concerned about a quick pop-up.
Yeah, I bought 100 shares of Hertz today, bro.
Oof.
I know. But the reality is I'm risking $100, and there's the bell. We'll talk about it later. Let's go over the open. All right, guys. So market's dropping a little bit. Here's 302.20s. We have Cron. We have the SPY down some here. It's down to 302s.
Looking for a big rebound in CGC, coming up to maybe 18 or 1850 resistance.
All right, guys. So let me see.
Already missed that move in CGC. It came right out the open, guys. It's already up there to 77s. I think it'll hit 18. I'll be watching for that. Cannabis got hit way too hard in pre-market, and a lot of it is because of ACB. ACB is just getting drilled today, guys.
All right, so the SPY is dropping pretty big right now. SPY is down to 302s, a little bit under 302s. It's down to 301.90, and it's about to break lows of the day. There's the low of the day break in the SPY itself. Interesting. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, guys, I can tell you guys everything is in the red from the open. The only thing in the green from this morning is still healthcare and technology. So look for those to go red if we're going to have a complete red day.
Yeah, for sure.
ACB, big drop, man. Almost $1 drop right out the gate. 2 minutes.
I'm looking at AMD and MU. But yeah, my logic behind the Hertz trade is that it's like, look, it's $100 to buy 100 shares. I'm not saying it's going to work out, but if Hertz is a chapter 11, not a chapter 7, or a chapter 7, not a chapter 11, and so it might survive. And if it does survive, that's a potential, few 100% win with betting $100. If I could bet $100 and potentially make 500 on a potential rebound up to $5 a share for Hertz, I don't mind doing it. I know it's contrary to what everybody else thinks, but sometimes that's the best move in trading anyway. And in the end, I'm risking $100. And so if I lose, I lose. It's all right. And I guess that's my logic on it. Hertz is a big company. I know they're doing pretty rough right now, but if they get delisted, I'll lose $100. And if they rebound, which they potentially could, then I'm set to be pretty solid with 100 shares. So that's my logic behind it. Good risk reward, I guess.
Well, I heard they're auctioning Corvette CO6s. So
yeah, I saw
if
that.
You want to go ahead and grab one?
Yeah, it's about. Oh man, I was trying to buy 1,000 shares of MU here. I ended up buying 100. Sorry, team.
That might have been the investment to take.
I bought 100 shares. I'm up $9. I would have been up $100. Great. Well, that's not. I'm gonna get out here and just keep my 15 bucks. That's not what I wanted, guys. I was trying to catch the red to green move on it, and I bought 100 shares instead of 1,000. I was trying to buy 1,000. It would have been over $100 win, but no bueno for me today. We'll get another shot. I'm gonna look for a pullback here, but I would have made a few $100 on that trade.
All right, guys. Little starter there in Tilray. 100 shares.
Man. Up to 90s now, and MU would have been $300 win. Put your trading window up.
Got you. There you go.
All right. There we go. All right.
All right, guys. Gonna look for one more push into 80, and I'll add.
Yeah, buddy. Hold on 1 second, okay? Here you go.
I should have been able to get 84 there. I was a little slow on my reaction. I got 81s, so my average is still 79 here. I wanted my average to be more 83, so I could hold to 95s.
So I took 1,000 shares of MU here. I just took 700 shares off. I'm still holding 300 shares left. I can hold the rest close to break even, but ideally I'd like to see a squeeze above this 47 level, which we're pretty close to now. Luckily I scaled out of it, but big reversal here. Maybe I can add back into this one. Ooh,
all right,
big
let's
drop.
See if we can get it
I gotta get
down
out
here. Just added.
All right, so I got out down $9 on the day. We'll see if we have some other opportunities here. I don't hate MU necessarily still. That's definitely the one I'm watching on the long side.
All right, guys, let's see if we can get this breakdown to the 65s and 55s here in Tilray.
I'm back in with 1,000 shares of MU. I'm looking for a quick squeeze up here.
All right, guys, going to cover into this momentum.
I'm going to let it work down to 70 here for MU.
Looking for this to flush down to 65 here. Still hasn't decided yet.
There's a nice squeeze over the 80s.
Little push up here. It's a little concerning because it's setting up almost like a VWAP breakout here, but I'm going to stay in it right now. It still looks like a fade.
I just took 700 off. I didn't get the entry exit I liked there. To be honest, I'm a little bit... my heart's definitely pounding a little bit more than it usually does, but it's all right. I'm going to take a little bit more off here and just keep my money here. Took 100 off, holding 100 shares left, or took a few hundred off, holding 100 shares left. See if we get a much larger rip up here, but small win, which should have been a much larger win.
Guys. Getting squeezed. It just flipped on me there, guys. I'm trying to measure this out here, but it's not looking good here.
I'm just going to get out the rest there. Up a little bit over 40 bucks. I'll take that.
Definitely got caught here. ACB is still looking good, but
hey, you're in HTZ with me, Terry? Hey, it's up a little bit, man. I'll take it, you know. Right now I'm focusing on holding 1,000 shares of stuff, but you know, it's not doing bad. I mean, it's just a small risk. We'll see what happens. I can just mess with it.
Hey, again, stop that right here. Anything above this is just going to pull me out. Take a bigger loss than normal. Not holding break even on the rest. When it broke down the VWAP, that's my fault for not holding break even on the rest, guys. Bad execution here out the open.
Hey guys, we almost got 400 people in here. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. We do this live every day. I'm trading with 1,000 shares today, so wish me luck, team. I'm looking at MU again. If MU breaks over the whole dollar, I might buy another 1,000 shares here. That's what I'm getting ready to do now, I think. As long as I don't miss it. Yeah, throw this up here. I'm in with 1,000 shares. Nice squeeze up. I'm going to sell half, holding the other 300 over this rip. See if we hold up here. Anything under 47, I'm going to get out the rest. I'm going to take a little bit more off there at 7s and then hold this 100 shares. See if we get a rip up to like over 47.10. There we go. All right, I'm going to get out there. And so up 104 on the day, guys. A little bit emotional morning for me, but not emotional, but a little bit of stressful morning for me, but I'm all right. I caught the high of the day breakout there for MU on that momentum, so we'll see what we get. But like I said, 104 on the day, not too shabby. I'll take that.
All right, ACB just hit 40s there. It was getting interesting for me in the 50s. Kind of hesitated at 50, so trying to measure in here. Stock that's doing really good today is Glue. Glue reported better than expected earnings and improved their guidance. That's GLUU, gaming stock. A little frustrating there on ACB. Got a little hesitant, didn't take the fade, and would have been back into the green because of it.
AMD ripping up, breaking highs. Maybe I'll start to attack that one today. We'll see.
That's how it goes sometimes. I didn't attack the ACB, hesitated there. Would have been making our money back.
AMD's a little bit too extended up there, I think. This is my P&L today. Just MU, $104. I like MU a little bit more than I like AMD right now. Hey, Hertz is up there. You know, I'm up a little bit. Hertz.
Yeah, the key is that you need to sell it. That's the key. I don't think it's a bad position. It's just once you make profit in that kind of position.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta just have a target.
Yeah, like I said, I'm risking $100, and if it goes bankrupt, it goes bankrupt. That's not. I'm holding it longer term to see if it eventually rebounds up to like $5-10 a share, and if it does, it'll be like a 500 to 1,000% win. And if I lose, like I said, it's $100. You know, I'll be all right. It's not like a big investment, you know. All right, so MU's kind of battling the whole dollar here. I don't hate this. See if we can ramp back up here. I don't know, Mario. Like I said, I don't necessarily want people following me. I'm just kind of, you know, just kind of experimenting with it. And I'm just trading with money that I'm completely okay with losing, like I've said a million times. So where you should sell, I don't know. I'm planning to hold it for a few months to see if it survives. And if it dies, it dies, and I lose $100, you know. But if it wins and it rebounds and it survives, then, you know, it's a large win for sure. And so, you know, we'll see what happens, but I don't necessarily know if you should copy me with that. Twitter might be breaking lows of the day here. We break under 300. I'm going to short Twitter here, guys. Or 30. I'm going to short Twitter here. Very, very close to. '98s, '97s. Okay, I was getting ready to short Twitter, but we rebounded, so we're going to give it a minute. I'm also going to get AMD up here, or MU up here, so I can potentially trade that one too. There's 99s, 98s. We went 95 break, actually. It's not just the whole $1.31, it's the 95s, low of the days. 96, here we go. Here it is for Twitter, 95. Quick rebound. Yeah, see, that's what I don't want. I gotta wait for the actual break there.
Potential VWAP bounce in Citigroup.
All right, I just took 1,000 shares of Twitter here. Small position, or a large position. Let me preface that or explain that well. Larger position. I'm gonna see if we can break lows of the day. There we go. I'm gonna take half off here. Beautiful breakdown. Caught it. Holding 200 shares left. Gonna take a little bit more off here just to be really easy now, and see if we get the large breakdown to like 75. 83s, 82s. I'm just going to get out there. That's close enough. 5 cents away. So $177 up on the day. Caught the Twitter breakdown. Thank you, Trump, for dragging Twitter down with you. But yeah, I'll take it. AMD pulling back to the VWAP. But like I said, called out that trade as I was thinking about it. So caught the breakdown of the lows of the day here at 30.90s. Not too shabby. I'll take it. Hey, we got over 400 people in here, so hurts 100,000 shares. Yeah, but yeah, really nice low of the day break for Twitter. SPY's kind of consolidating back and forth here. We are testing the highs, but we have a very specific and obvious range here for the SPY right now. Hey, good luck, Gavin. I don't know if I'm taking that much. I'm buying 100 shares and trying to hold it to see if it'll win. But like I said, if I lose, I lose. The reality is, guys, is like investing and trading, like people are going to have different like opinions and like different trades and different like, you know, ideas than you are. And it doesn't necessarily mean anybody's wrong. Like even if you believe something different or you believe like the other way, like it doesn't mean that person's wrong, because you're never like 100% right with anything. And so like with anything, you got to understand everybody has their own subjective view of things, and you know, not fault them for having their own subjective view. That's how you kind of think outside the box and you know, learn anything. So that's the reality behind it. We'll see if it works out, but if it doesn't, like I said, I think the risk is very small relative to what I'm okay with risking, and I'll be all right. Hey, appreciate the sub, Justin. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. MU ripping up here. Huge rip for MU. Hey, thank you, brother. Welcome to the team, man. Thanks for the sub, bro. Man, look at MU, just monster rip here. SPY broke highs of the day is what's going on here. So the SPY's breaking highs right now. So the market's ripping up. Airlines are breaking highs. Twitter's even bouncing a little bit. Not that I'm going to trade it now, but we're getting some huge
VWAP bounce in Citigroup. Yeah, financial sector doing well today.
AMD breaking highs of the day as well. There goes MU. UAL ripping up.
It's kind of what I expected, man. What we got at the close, straight down, pre-market, red. What are we getting about the open? Swing back up.
Yeah, for sure.
This market is chop.
Yeah. Yeah,
Consistently see this strategy, this pattern where it's just opposites of what the whole kind of aftermarket and pre-market look will be.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, nice Dermot. Just made 2,260,000. You gonna go sell the course now, Chris? Let me guess, everybody buy your service now? You know, I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of a big claim there, buddy. I don't gamble with money I expect to get back. Yeah, for sure. That's my take on Hertz. Like, I don't actually expect to get it back. You know, and if I can make, you know, $100, I'm happy. And if I can't, that's okay too.
They say put it on the Saints to win the Super Bowl.
Nah, okay. Refs are too much against us. You know?
Dude, that's when you win. When you stop believing it.
Yeah.
That's how the Chiefs won.
Yeah.
The Chiefs even were like, man, we're rigged.
Yeah.
Got the best offense, can't win. And then last year it came true. You never know.
I wanted the Chiefs to win too, man. Good for them. Spies pulling back here. We're down to 302.75 now, or 302.80s. I think we might find some support at 302.75, but I think a very common thing that we'll see in the market as well is the market will rip up and then it pulls back to that previous highs up here. So we have like this big range right here, and we might pull back to this and find support there. The big thing to watch right now on the SPY is that the previous closing price is at 302.97, basically 303. And so we ripped above that for a split second, and now we're getting rejected below the previous close. And so I think that is a really interesting level that we should watch here. And to see if we hold. Again, look at this level right here at 302.75. I think that's an interesting level to see if we bounce there. But yeah, the previous closing price is a very significant level that holds a lot of sway over, you know, the market's movement. And so we'll see what happens for that for sure. Yeah, like I said, I can't say whether Chris is telling the truth or not. Listen, I just know the internet, right? And like, we had a guy in here, his name was Troy something. I can't remember his name. His name was Troy something. And this dude used to come in here and just fabricate. You know, this dude would be like, I'm up 10,000 on the day, you know, and then next day I'm up 30,000 on the day, and then the next day I'm up 100,000 on the day. And then like everybody, like the new traders in here would be like, oh my, how does he do it? You know, and I would be like, he doesn't, you know, like that's the reality. And maybe I'm hating on him, but like certain people need validation in that way, right? And I'm not talking about you, Chris. I'm not even talking about you, because like I don't know you. This is the first time I've ever heard you say a big game like that. But I'm saying like you get a lot of people in trading where they just want people to praise them, basically. And like I said, again, I'm not talking about you, Chris. I'm talking about this guy Troy, really. And like some people are desperate for that validation, right? And so it makes them just fabricate, right? And the reality is, like, listen, if you, no offense to anybody, but you take that much risk, that's a huge amount of risk. You know, the only people that should ever take that much risk are millionaires that have the money to do it. And if you take that risk and you're not a millionaire, regardless of what the outcome is, it's not a smart trade. In the end, like I said, it's not really my style. Maybe I'm wrong. But again, it goes to one of those things. Like, yeah, you can make a lot of money with penny stocks. You can also lose a ton of money with penny stocks as well. Oh, it's on a simulated paper account. My man. Thank you for being honest. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, you want to. That's completely understandable. Good for you, brother. Nice trade, man. Like I said, I appreciate the honesty. To be honest, I appreciate that. But again, you get people like that all the time. Like we've got people like that come in here and they fabricate, man. They just fabricate. And so they'd start talking about how much they're making, and you know, a lot of the time they're either trying to like subtly promote their channel, or like they just want praise, you know. We'll see, but you know, we get people like that a lot. And hey, yes sir. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that, Dermot, because paper trading, the emotions are going to be completely different. So, like, if you attack, look at that bounce. Look at that bounce. Boom. Right there. Talked about it. Caught it. But yeah, if you approach, like, you're not going to be able to emulate a real money account with paper, because your emotions are just going to be way different with real money. You could try. The reality is, when you scale up to real sizing, you need to trade as small as possible. Or when you scale up to a real account, you need to trade as small as possible. So it's like, don't try to take 500 shares on paper and then switch to 500 shares in a real account. Your emotions are going to be vastly different. All right, you want to slowly scale up in size in a real account, not switch from 500 in paper to 500 to real. And so again, guys, look at this level. I talked about this level, 302.75 on the SPY. That is a big level right now. We'll see if the market holds, and then the next level above that on the SPY is the previous closing price at 302.97.
All right, guys, let's see how Tilray does now. I put it up in the chat. I didn't want to interrupt John, but short on Tilray.
There we go. I got you up.
Yeah, I saw ACB start getting crushed a little bit, so I saw CGC slowing down a little bit. I went again for Tilray.
All right, so SPY still down at that 302.75 level. Battling it now. We're still trying for the previous closing price break. And again, the previous closing price is just under 303. And so, man, AMD making huge monster rips today. Just monster rips. The SPY itself is technically bullish on the, or technically still red on the day, but we are pushing up a little bit. Yeah, for sure, Anthony. That's how it goes, brother. Market. Look at this market break. Look, when it finally broke under 302.75, look at that rip. Hey, I appreciate it, Blake. Thank you, brother. Yeah, it's nice, man. Yesterday, like I said, full transparency, I lost 600 plus yesterday. But the day before that, I made 1,000. And so, you know, one step, 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. And so I'm building it. We're getting there. But, ooh, Twitter breaking lows of the day again. All right, we'll see. We're pulling back to the VWAP in the market. And so we do have this little short-term trend here for the SPY. Look at this. So we do have this. We're putting in higher lows on a, you know, longer-term basis. So in the end, that's a bullish sign. But we'll see if we hold over the VWAP. I think that's a big level that we got to watch too.
Crazy amount of sizing getting put on my bid at 988. 220 there.
Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
CGC and ACB just flipped down hard. I don't know what went on there in cannabis today, but there's something that I think will eventually be released. Doesn't look great. All right, guys, we're going to take some off here. Took 300 off there to make sure that we limit our loss for the day, guys. Now we're only going to be down a significant amount. The key is to start bouncing back. I don't want to go too far in and then not be able to bounce back here. Let's try to get into the green. If we get into the green, we can take the trade off and realize, hey, didn't open up the day as best as we wanted, but that happens sometimes. Here comes those 80s. Let's see if the 80s crack. If not, I will take it off at 90 if it bounces back here. I'm looking for it to wash down to 950s.
Yeah, I've never seen you before that day. So bye-bye.
Let's see if we get this crack here, guys. It'll end going to next level. Next level, I have 70s. And then after that, it would be 60s.
Did I even talk about my haters today, though? I don't think I did. I don't think I talked about my haters at all. And plus, I've never seen this guy before, so I think he's probably just looking for a way to criticize, too. SPY reversing big here. We're down to 302s. So maybe I'll find some shorts here. I wanted to short Twitter again, but we just never quite got it.
Oof. Having internet issues? Did I lose you for a little while?
Yeah, I put you down because all I saw was the Zoom meeting.
Yeah, it just like went down. It lost the screen share and everything. All right,
Yeah.
well, about to cover a little bit of Tilray. Seen a lot of volume stacking in here, so.
Yeah, yeah, I got you, Angelo. I got you, bro. Take a look at Party. What's it doing? Honestly, bro, it's talking about Party today.
Let's have a party.
Yeah. Here, I got you, man. Here, here's my trade idea settings for now, bro. Here you go.
Who got invited to the party?
Yeah.
Hit the like.
Hey, appreciate the sub. Crush a lot. Thank you, sir. I guess you're gonna replace the guy I never saw before, David. Never seen him before, you know.
All right, guys. Let's see if we bounce back here in Tilray. I'm gonna try to let it crack 70s here. If not, I'll probably just take it off.
Let me see if we have PRTY.
There we go. We put some pressure on those 70s. Let's see if it crack now.
AMD? What's AMD doing, man? AMD's up there, bro. AMD's really high up there. We also have Twitter breaking lows again, possibly. And I might look to short that with 1,000 shares, too. We'll see.
There we go. Just pushing on the 70. It just pushed up the ass to 80. That's not a good sign.
All right, here's the break. 47s. I'm going to look to short into Twitter here with 1,000 shares. Getting very, very close.
I'm going to take it completely off, guys, if it gets above 980s here. I want it to flush through the 70s, but if we don't get through that level, I definitely need to take this profit to get myself at least break even on the day and recalculate here.
We're down to 44s. Getting very close to taking some, but nah, we bounced up on Twitter, so no breakout that I really wanted. Nothing quite yet. But yeah, SPY's testing the lows here. I'm getting ready to short into Twitter because if the SPY breaks lows, it could drag a lot of this other stuff down too. And I'm not going to, ignore that. I'm probably going to short into a bunch of good moves with that as well. What's up, Lil Flip?
All right, guys, we got a triple bottom there at 72s. So that's what we need to see break. If not, above 80s, I'm out. Let's see if we can get this crack right here. CGC looks interesting for what I call a VWAP rejection play.
All right, so here we go with Twitter. We're getting close. We're getting close. I'm about to take it, I think. Like I said, we need the breakdown. We're at 47s. We need 42 break. We'll see if we catch it. But that's what I'm watching now.
Just not wanting the break here.
All right, guys, getting close. We're so extended on the downside, though. Market is rebounding, so that might actually drag Twitter up. But getting close.
Can you see a quick rejection here? If not, we'll get out the rest.
All right, here we go. Here's 44s, 43s. I'm going to jump in here. Maybe a little bit early, though. There's 40s, 39s. There we go. 37s. I'm going to get out there. A lot of that. I'm going to hold 300. About break even. There's 39s. Got squeezed out the rest. Up 201. So not bad. A little bit over 200. Small win there. Didn't quite get the full breakdown that we wanted. And so once we rebound here and we have this big up-down wick, I just got to exit that position, which is okay. Like I said, made money on it. Up over 200 on the day. We're going to keep pushing. Maybe I got faked out here. Do I want to attack it again? I don't mind.
Figure on the trigger to get out of Tilray if it doesn't reverse immediately from here.
Alright, so I just jumped in 1,000 shares again. Gonna be pretty easy with this rest.
I like that rejection right there, guys. It's a great rejection for us.
There's 35s. 34s. Alright, we're break even. 30s. Come on.
All right, guys, just added. Gonna hold break even with the rest. That's 93.
We got a big rebound there. Lost about 70 bucks, but small. Oh, okay, yeah, you guys can see it good. But yeah, first loss of the day there, which is alright. Still up over about 140 bucks. We'll find some other stuff.
Would like to see ACB break through the low of the day, which is 13.95, showing me the weakest one in the industry get hit the hardest here. And then I'll also look for CGC to end down by 17.55s.
You can do it? Yeah, man, I'm trying, bro. Thanks, Sid. My plan is shorting low at the day breaks. A lot of the time I'm also shorting like $half rejections. This is probably the best way to explain it. VWAP bounces, fades, and stuff like that. I'm looking at the market, and the market looks like it's rebounding some here. And so I'm looking at MU on a short-term basis with 1,000 shares for the VWAP bounce potential, which is what we kind of look like we're getting here.
All right, guys, down to 78s. Looking great for me on that ad that I did. Looking to take some of it off here as it cracks 75. What's looking good is also ACB doing that move that I talked about. If it cracks 13.95s, that'll look good for me here. Holding these 80s a little bit too well. I'm going to take some off here. Let's see what happens to ACB here at 14.
All right, I'm in a MU with 1,000 here. Trying to give it time, but ideally I'd like 20 if we can get it. There's 13s.
Took half of it off just to make sure that we're going to get paid.
Getting a little bit of a squeeze down here. Hey, buddy. I gotta get out there, getting too close.
Can I grab this?
Here, how old is that, buddy? No, here, you can grab yourself a new one over there. Look over there. There should be some somewhere over there, bud. Look over in that bag. Over there. Yeah. Yeah, over there. You see that? Yeah, look over there, buddy. Alright, so yeah, I got squeezed out of MU. It's okay. We might have another chance on the short side now that we did get that breakdown now.
SPY starting to break 302. Big price point there. pen already broke down and it went right to the resistance. Hey guys, a little bit later, I'm gonna go over pen, and it's a pattern that I've seen happen often. It's the same pattern I brought up pre-market. It did it, the same one. It's something that I think a lot of traders need to pay attention to.
All right, so I ended up catching MU on the downside, up 120 on the day, made a lot of my money back. That's the breakdown I liked. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go find my son, get my son a drink. So I'll be right back.
All right, guys. ACB breaking down that $14 going to 13.90s. That looks great for me here. I'll look for this to crack the 70s, head down to the 60s. There we go. Heading down to the 60s there, guys. We're going to take some off here, guys. That's a break 65. There you go. Took some off there at 66, guys. Now looking for this to head down to 950s and below. At least we're back in the green, even though we did not, I didn't manage risk that well this morning. So, and that's why it's important to manage your risk right out the gates, because you can kill your probability of coming back. I didn't use the right risk and reward, and that can hurt today. Even though I'm making this killer trade now, I'm only going to get back break even and a little bit above. There's CGC with a nice VWAP rejection. ACB down to 1385s. Now we're down to 960s here. Let's get into the 950s, and I'll be looking to cover some if we can break that. There's 56, 57s. Heading down to the low of the day here. Saw some bag buyers or some covers right there. Looking to see if this can crack 50. If we crack 50, I'll look to cover some. Take majority off of it here when we crack 50s.
All right, I'm back. All right, so yeah, market broke big levels there. If MU breaks under 80, I might short back into it with some more.
Still looking weak. That's why I haven't covered.
Hey, what's up, James? Hey, nice, brother. Hey, nice job, man. 1600, that's nice, brother. Good job, brother. It looks good, man. Nice work. Happy for you, bro. Seriously. Congrats,
yeah, power
man.
to you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the support, brother.
All right, little bounce there until Ray. See what we get here as soon as it bounces. If we can get back into the 50s, that's what I want to see.
What's up, Manny? What's up, Shane?
There you go. Back into 50s.
Hey, Ron, it's not my platform, brother. You know,
Boom.
I wish it was, but it's not. You know.
Yeah, I wish it was too.
Yeah, it ain't mine, bro. It ain't mine. I'm just like I said, I just use them, and like I'm a referral partner with them, and so it's not my platform, bro. You gotta ask them, man. Tell them. Usually they will add high volume stocks if you give them long enough. The reason a lot of these stocks aren't tradable, like specifically penny stocks, is because if it has less than 500,000 shares traded per day over a 6-month period, then it's not tradable, and like that's the reality why.
Boom. Look at this bid get put up here, guys. 3 orders at 100 at 950s, guys. Big orders there, guys. This is the price action stuff that I like to see, guys. So what I'll do is I'll give it the chance to break. Either give me a momentum push if there's a bid being pushed down. But big bid there. 3 orders over 100. All right, took a little bit off there because I saw a little bit of a bounce. It kind of started getting filled and started bouncing. Not a good look, so took some of it off. And I can just let the rest of it work.
All right, I'm in a huge trade right now, guys. I don't know if I probably should be. I'm in with a few thousand shares. I got stuck in that one, guys. I just sat there and watched it happen. Definitely took too much risk there. Down 128 on the day. Like I said, I'll probably rebound, and so no stress either way, but definitely took too much risk. But what I usually like to do, just to put this into perspective, is I like to make money, and then as I make more money, I trade with kind of my house money. So I scale up in size as I put in profits, basically. And so with that, I don't hate the trade, but it just squeezed up a little bit too much against me, unfortunately. And we'll see what we get. Like I said, it's not over yet. We'll find something. Market's got to get rejected there. We should find some nice trades in that as well. And we'll see. Yeah, airlines are going up, man. My UAL trade's looking good. It just depends on what you guys think the market's going to do here. Like, the SPY itself is at 301.75. And so, like, we might get some opportunity there. We'll see.
All right, guys. You guys can see that from the open, we only have utilities in the green. Everything else is still in the red. We'll watch to see if we continue down movement here. The big thing, I think, is 302. Can we get back above 302? It's looking like the SPY is struggling to get back above 302. I think that's what you got to watch. You see a rip over 302, we can get all the way back up to 306. But I think this 302 is going to be very vital here. Industrials, that's like the airlines ones. That chart looks like it's trying to squeeze. Financials, kind of the same charts. We've seen a lot of kind of this fade look on the index. Resistance getting hit now. The one that's the weakest looks like technology, really. It just got really weak in like the last 9 minutes. Oh, and you can look at AMD. AMD, I think, runs really well with the market, and that's why John uses it often. Look at the 9 minutes on AMD, the last 9 minutes, compared to the last 9 minutes on that technology index, straight down with it.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that one, I'll look for the one that trades a little opposite, AMAT, but it already had the dip too.
Yeah, Tim, like I said, it's just not really my style, brother. Just not really what I like doing, unfortunately. Not really my niche in trading, so to speak. Market broke above that 302 level.
Important. You see how it had kind of like that whipsaw when it hit that? That's what you want. That's what to me is concerning. If it can hold above 302. Oof, pen straight back up to the resistance. Man, whoever is the bull in pen, there's some bulls in that one.
Yeah, for sure.
That one's hard to trade. I like it. I watch it all the time, guys, but it's so hard to trade.
Yeah, for sure.
It has good swings too. It's $1 swing easily. So the point is there.
Yeah, for sure.
If you can measure those resistance and supports correctly. All right, guys. One that looks interesting here is Win. Win is doing kind of the VWAP fake out fade look, but it's also in a longer term flag pattern, bullish. So that's why I'm a little concerned in getting in here. If I do, I'll try to get in here with the minimal sizing to limit the risk. Okay, this is where I want to see if there's going to be a flip down, or is it just going to just start pushing up like crazy.
Hey, airlines are up there, man. I'm looking at my airline trades, waiting for that to go in my direction. We'll see. Portnoy? You're talking about Barstool Sports?
Yeah, that one is actually owned by, I forgot who bought it. Who was the one that bought it? All right, guys, seeing this nice rejection here in Win. I want to pop up here to short, but I need to get into the 40.
Pin National Gaming. Bought it. Twitter's back up there. I'm kind of looking at Twitter for a short, but I think I'm going to wait. Caught myself in too much risk today. I'm slowing down a little bit. Yeah, pin is what it was. Beautiful rip here for UAL.
Spy holding well there.
AMD completely reversing big here, guys. Huge reversal.
All right, quick flip right back down there. And keep an eye on this one, Win.
Do I like Cisco? Never really traded it, Eli.
Looking for in the 50s here. This one's hard to judge because the spread is about 10 cents, guys. All right, guys, just got in there at 52s. Gonna risk off the 73s here. There you go. Good look at first. Let's see if I can add to make this position a nice position here. I'm looking for a bounce in the 40s to add another 50 shares. There you go, 41. Let's see if I can get 45s.
Might short into AMD here if it breaks lows. I'm getting close to it.
Order out to add at 45, but it looks like it's just going to drop here. If it goes through 82, just let it go. SPY heading down there, guys. Big rejection off the 302s. Looks to break the low of the day almost here. I'll be looking for fades, guys. Looking for fades around. Well, one, I got win right here. I'll look for LVS. Let's see what we can find also in this sector.
Yeah, I got
LVS.
I got to squeeze this out of MU. I'm down 283 on the day. Not the best last few days, but again, I mean, listen, you're gonna get some people that are like, oh man, haha, you suck. The reality is I'm up like $7 grand in the last 2 months. And so we'll see what else we get. Not gonna stress it, and probably gonna slow down a little bit, but we'll see.
All right, one to watch, guys. LVS, kind of the same exact pattern that you're seeing in win. VBOT fake out fade, possibility off the 48 there. I kind of like it. I don't know if I have enough shares to get in it too, but I might get in it here at 95s.
Yeah, you get 240K chart. No, you're good, Sid. Listen, it's never always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like, I'm going to lose sometimes, and that's all right. The reality is, I think I'm one of the only traders that actually day trades live every day, shows his account balance, and is actually documented profitable. You know, so regardless, we'll be all right, you know. UAL still up there, and the SPY's rebounding big here. I was looking at waiting to short AMD again, but we're getting some squeezes up now, so I think I gotta wait for some big momentum plays, like maybe low at the day breaks above VWAP highs, stuff like that. If MU though breaks underneath 46.78, then
order out for LVS for 95s, guys. Let's see if I get a little pop-up fill. Trying to short it.
I just showed my balance, Addicted. What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, like I said, I just showed my balance. I literally just showed it. It's 283 bucks. Like I said, this is the real balance. Is my actual profit in this account, which is at this point $9,154. And so yeah, like I said, you can look at it. It's right here. But again, regardless, it doesn't matter. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate the support, team. I'm gonna go ahead and ban Addicted though. The reason being is because like the dude never says anything positive. It's all just waiting to criticize. A lot of times you get like really insecure dudes that they just wait to criticize, and like we don't need that negativity here, brother. Like I said, I'm the only trader that's documented profitable. I'm up over 9 grand, and so it shouldn't matter what small time swings are. You know, if you're gonna get mad at me for the 2 days I've lost in the last 3 weeks, then like I said, you're just desperate to criticize, brother. We don't need that negativity here, bro. And I appreciate all the supporters here. Yes, sir. Yeah, he's out. Like I said, he's just an insecure dude that needs to criticize. 100%.
All right, guys, I have a stop placed on my entry because it hasn't broken down. And when things don't break down, they usually have a tendency of at least testing the resistance. So I don't want to be in there if we're going to get tested all the way up to 70s. I have a stop break even. It's either going to go in my direction and I'll make a nice win. If not, I'll get out break even. I'm okay with taking another trade. I'm going to stay in the commissions of this, and that's more. That's $3. I'm okay with that.
Somebody said, do you like focusing on a few stocks? Usually that's what I focus on. Like what you'll see me do here a lot is you'll see me trade AMD, MU, and stuff like that. And then, you know, specifically learn how they move in a really, you know, understanding way and attack those consistently. Like that's what you'll see me do a lot. Like that's what I do almost every day is attack the same stocks that I can really test and study. And so you'll see me like a lot of the time you'll see me build up profit like I did today and then take some larger swings to try to hit, you know, a little bit more of a home run. But obviously like today it doesn't always work out. But again, like I said, small time swings are going to happen. A good sign of like somebody that isn't super well versed in trading is somebody that only looks at your current day's P&L, right? Like you can make $1,000 and then lose 230 like I did today, and you're still incredibly profitable, right? And a lot of the time it has to do with like naive traders that don't really understand how it really goes.
There's a breakdown. Starting to get breakdown in Penn, LVS, Hilton, Hyatt. If you guys are nailing those in the lodging and resorts.
All right, so I'm still holding 300 shares of MU. We're riding this one down. Yeah, I'm down about $200 today, but I'm still holding 100 now, scaling out mostly already. We're gonna see if we get a little bit more, and then exit the last little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna get out there. So down 213. We're gonna claw back at this. We'll see. SPY breaking down though.
All right, guys, trying to get here 80s or 70s here. A majority of this trade here. Take it off and then let the rest of it work.
Somebody's asking, do you mind me asking why AMD and MU in particular? They're consistently volatile and have good liquidity. Mostly is the reason why I solely attack those a lot of the time. Not always, but a lot of the time those are the ones you'll see me kind of attack over and over and over again. And the reason for that is simple, is because it works. The strategies I use work on them.
Interesting one is CGC, guys. That one just hanging out at VWAP. Hasn't decided if it wants to go up or down.
All right, so market's bouncing back to that previous high of the day level. We'll see what we get here, but yeah, market's rebounding big.
Yeah, guys, need this to not hold VWAP. If not, we'll take it out.
A huge squeeze in the market, guys. Big squeeze up for a lot of these stocks. A lot of these stocks are making big moves up. Market's bouncing all the way above that 301.75 level we talked about earlier, and so we are getting a big rebound in a lot of these stocks. All right, so yeah, the SPY's up to 302. We'll see what happens here. The SPY's starting to rebound. We'll see if we can find some long setups if we do get some momentum, but sideways for now.
All right, guys, looking good here. Starting to crack. Any bounce up here towards the resistance, towards that trend line, and I'll probably be adding. Looking for the SPY to come down here. I have an order to add, guys, if it cracks 82. If it cracks 82. If we get back up to my entry, I'll definitely get out, guys.
All right, so mark is back above 301.70s. We'll see what happens here. UAL is kind of consolidating sideways. It's just about whether the market holds. You can also see this is right around the pre-market lows at 301.75. All right, so there goes the SPY breaking down over 301.75. We'll see what happens here. That's what I'm actually looking at. See if we get some more shorting opportunities as we get the breakdown underneath here, or if it ends up rebounding back up to 302 is all I'm really looking at now. We'll see if we actually get it or not, though. We're going to be patient. And here's a little bit of a breakdown. Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly why I do it, Mark, or Mike, is because it's a lot safer with regard to like spreads and fills in general. It's a lot easier to manage when it comes to spreads and fills for sure.
Just got a really bad fill there, guys. My average just got knocked down way too much. It was my fault for putting a stop instead of a stop limit, but definitely got a horrible fill there. So trying to make sure that we're not going to get a bounce above VWAP here.
All right, Twitter's pushing up still. Looks like it might squeeze up to break highs. We'll see. Market's still kind of consolidating around the lows at 301.50. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Needs to crack 82s now, guys. If not, just gonna get out break even. Got a really bad fill, so I'm gonna need to get out break even. Here we go. Just putting the pressure on me.
All right, market's bouncing back to that 301.75. We'll see what happens there. Hey, remember guys, smash that subscribe button. We do this live for free. We're getting really, really close to 23,000. My guess is we're going to break it sometime this weekend. And so hit that subscribe button. Do your part in supporting what we got going on here, which is a free day trading community. So support for what we got here. And let's keep growing, team. All right, market's breaking down under that 301.75 level again here.
All right, guys, looking good here. Let's see if it holds 82s now. We want to see it hold 82 on the ask.
Facebook ads work okay, Chase. You know, I put a decent amount of money into. I'm just trying to grow the community we have. A lot of the money I make, I put back into growth. You know, scalping a little bit off of MU right now on the top. Just got out a little $40-$50 win.
All right, guys, it's looking great here. The SPY heading down here, looking like we might crack. Let's see what happens.
All right, like if MU breaks down under 46.63, I might take some there.
Recovery there. Be careful.
You're here from a Facebook ad? Nice, David. Hey, that means they're working. Welcome, bro. Like I said, I get it's hilarious. Like, so many people get so mad at me on the Facebook comment section. They call me spam when it's like, dude, it's just an ad. I gotta educate the boomers in there. AMD's still pretty choppy though. Market's breaking down under 301.50. We're giving it time.
Scott had a question. What do you guys expect from Trump's China press conference today? Well, doesn't look like it's going to be a good one. That's the only thing I could say.
We might be getting the Facebook or the MU breakdown. I almost said Facebook just because we were talking about Facebook. Maybe not though. A big support level in the SPY is 301.50. We bounced off of that level like 3 or 4 times now. Alright, I'm going to scalp a little bit on this MU trade. Holding I covered a lot. I'm exiting most of my position now. Going to hold the rest break even or so here. See if we can get a move down to like 46.50 is what I want to see. So yeah, like I said, I didn't panic, and down 65 bucks on the day, not too bad. Probably gonna get out the rest pretty easily here, and cover around 46.50 maybe if we get it.
just took 50 off at 68. Just took 50 off at 68.
All right, so we did get the breakdown to 46.40s. I'm going to take another partial off there and then try to ride the rest down. Like I said, I'm only down 30 bucks on the day, so not too bad. Just a good lesson on why you shouldn't panic. And I'm going to hold the last 100 shares. I'll get out here at the $0.50. So yeah, down 33 bucks. Not too bad. Nah, I'm not joining Ross's Trading Warriors. I don't trade many penny stocks, to be honest. Yeah, I got a Facebook Sid.
There's that crack in CGC. Scalping play there, possible.
All right, so market's breaking lows. We're gonna give it a little bit of time and see if I can short maybe into more of these moves. Yeah, that's probably about. Yeah, we got a Discord.
There's that scalp for CGC. Pretty much done with. Looked good from 70s to 50s.
All right, so we can see. No, go ahead.
Trade too much from there. I wouldn't trade it too much from there because it's gonna hit the bottom right now at 49s or 40s.
All right, so yeah, so you can see the bottom there on 52.16 for AMD here. If it breaks underneath this level, I'm probably going to try to short into it right here at about 52.15. Try to take some profits at 52 whole dollar. But I got to wait and see that. That's just what I'm looking at now. So I have a few. So I'm using Thinkorswim charts. I'm using Thinkorswim charts. But I also have it on TEFs. The level 2 works on TEFs too. Alright, so again, here's AMD. Let me see. Here we go on AMD. Let me see if I miss it. I don't want to miss it. Let me try to catch it real quick. Okay, I'm in. Whew, barely caught that. So in with 1,000 shares on AMD here. Trying to ride this quick move down. And if it squeezes me out, that's okay too. There's 14s. Like I said, ideally I want to see the whole $1.52 here is really what I'd like to see. Break even right now on it. There we go. Got my daily phone call from whoever it is. There's 8s.
Yeah, guys, the level 2 data that you're seeing, that is part of TradeNet. It's through their platform TEFs, which is a high-speed platform. Also in the chat, saw some people talk about keeping up with really fast traders. One thing that I've noticed is starting to realize that there's some of these gurus out there, guys, and I'm not sure on any of these really which one it is, but I think a lot of them are using algorithms and trying to act like they're day trading.
All right, I just got out of a lot of the position. I'm holding 300 shares left. Squeezing up fast here, and so I'll let it test, but I'm about break even in this trade, maybe up a tad little bit. We're going to give it one more second just because this up wick is big, and then I'm going to exit if it breaks over 14. Yeah, I just got to get out there. So up a little bit on the day. Got myself back to green and gross. So now I'm up a little bit, and we'll see if we get another breakdown there. But caught a little bit of the scalp. We'll see what else we find today.
All right, guys, need to see it quickly reject here. 82s, 8204s, reject down, back down. If not, we'll get out. Don't want to let this just squeeze me out. Need quick reversal here. Back down underneath 82. Should have kept in this downtrend. And now that we've broken above it and broken above this, which was a prior support, we're really concerned. The only thing that can hold me is VWAP. 8220s will get me out. Like a little bit of a rebound there. Be careful here. Nice reject there, guys. There's CGC. It bounced a little bit when it hit the bottom, but still headed down.
All right, so we are getting a breakdown. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should have attacked MU instead. But market's dropping big here. Now we start to get a breakdown under 46.25 on MU. I might attack that, and that looks interesting. But we're gonna wait for that and see. All right, so here's the breakdown. Like I said, I might attack MU. I finally got myself to green and gross profit on the day. And we're going to see if we can, you know, run this up a little bit. It's been a long road back. Shout out to the guy that tried making fun of me for losing today. Feels good to be back green. Volume, volatility, liquidity, mostly. No, I longed sometimes too. The market's just mostly staying in the downward. I longed a lot at the open.
Could have still been holding Tilray, guys. Got stopped out at the 60s. But Tilray heading down to 936, the low of the day. Could have held it all the way down to 930s.
I just want to show you guys this trade that I'm thinking about taking right now. It's on Twitter. And as you guys know, Trump and Twitter have been butting heads a lot. But we have this super obvious low here at 370. We have this really obvious low here at 370. If we pull down here and break this low, I'm going to short into Twitter. Okay, that's what I'm really thinking about right now. If we break that low. That's a big if, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. But if we get down to 3070 and break that low on Twitter, I'm going to short into it. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, this is my P&L in the day. I am up $9, which is fine. Much better than the $300 loss I was facing earlier. So
all right, guys, we got to start looking this at a bigger time frame. This is starting to look like a bullish chart here. So whenever I see these kinds of looks, I got to be concerned about spikes. We just got that. So you just be concerned if it goes through VWAP here. It could end up all the way back at 83. So I'm going to be watching for that.
Yeah, also guys, while I have a second here, if anybody wants to use the same platform that we do, we use TradeNet and TEFs, and I think there's a lot of innate benefits to using them. One of them, just to put this into perspective, you know, a lot of the times the story for a new trader is they end up saving up thousands and thousands of dollars and risking it in the market as their first account, right? And most of the time new traders are just going to lose. It doesn't matter where they go. And so in the end, in my opinion, it makes a lot more sense for a new trader to just trade a small account from the beginning. You'll probably lose it anyway, but it's a lot cheaper than risking thousands. And I think that's what TradeNet and TEFs packages really do, is because the intro package on TradeNet is less than $400. It comes with a course, a demo account, access to their chat room, and then once you're approved, you get the funded account in the funded account program. And like I said, for less than $400, once you're approved, they give you $14,000 in buying power to trade with. There's no PDT rule, and you can short. And that's all for less than 400 bucks. You're risking less than $400. You're getting a big account. You can actually short stocks, and there's no PDT rule. And sure, people hate on them. The reality is trading's an emotional thing. They have competitors that end up hating on them as well. But like, the truth is, it's the cheapest way to get started. You're getting a big account for cheap. You're not risking much. You'll probably lose it, to be honest. But in the end, you're losing 400 bucks instead of saving up 5 or 10 grand. When you are approved, it acts like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 profit split on the base package. And so if you make $1,000 net, if you take the 14K funded account and bring it up to 15K, they're going to keep 30%, which is 300 bucks. But there's also a max loss of $700, and so if you go under 13,300, they're going to close you down. But again, guys, you're spending less than $400, so you're almost spending half that much that you're actually getting to lose. And so the risk reward is good. It's a great way to gain experience. You can withdraw once per month. It takes about 9 days for them to wire you your withdrawal if you do make enough to actually withdraw in them. And again, I think for new traders, it's a no-brainer. It makes 100%. It makes 100% sense because it's just a really cheap way to get started. And there's the link if you want to check it out. Great way to help support our channel. Of course, we're biased, though, because we post referral links, and so we do make a commission if you sign up through us. But again, it's a super cheap way to get started, and you can check them out there below. So I never got that on Twitter. We're going to see what else we can find here. Honestly, UAL actually looks pretty bullish here because it's almost one I thought about taking a long setup on a day trade, but I haven't yet. But we're going to wait. Market's rebounding a little bit.
All right, guys, about to get out. Win. $21 would get me out here. But I'm getting out, guys. Just squeeze the 27. Just dropped immediately. I have my hand on the trigger, literally. The thing about this one is the spread. Spread is difficult to deal with, guys. Whenever you're dealing with spread, it's really kind of one of those trades that you want to keep to a smaller share size. Because the spread opening up, closing, opening up, closing, that's just really difficult to judge.
Yeah, Blake's mentioning Marvel. I don't mind a Marvel short. That's anticipating that it's going to hold 32.05 as a risk level.
All right, guys, just added, now holding off of 82.17.
All right, so I did just jump in Marvel short a little bit here. A little bit. We'll see what happens here. Small trade. Well, actually, it's not a small trade. It's 1,000 shares. But we're going to give it some time to fully work for me here. Here we go.
There you go. Looking good here.
I'm going to take half off there. Shout out to my man Blake for that one. Still holding 400 shares left. We'll see if we get the much larger breakdown here. At this point, I'm still probably about break even after commissions, though. But it's cool.
There you go. Good breakdown here. First start breakdown.
I just took another partial off, still holding 200 shares. So we get under 75. Anything over 80, though, I got to get out of this thing, but we're at 79s. I'm going to get out there. So I'm up 56 on the day. Small win, but we're getting there. If we break lows on Marvel, I'll certainly take it again too. Also, Twitter's getting close to that level I talked about. Remember, I talked about 70, 30, 70. We break under that, I'm going to short. I might get a little bit early here on Twitter too, just because it's breaking that low at 77 too, like under 75. I might short into Twitter here. So yeah, I'm shorting into Twitter.
All right, guys, so look to take some off as we crack 75s.
Alright, I front loaded a little bit early into this Twitter position, but about break even in it right now.
All right, guys, just took half of it off there at 78. 1 at 75. Not going to get picky about 30 cents. I'll take it off there. It's kind of the same spot where I took it off before.
There's 70, 69, 68. So I'm going to take a little bit off here. Hold 300 shares left. See if we can get that breakdown under 70 that I talked about, remember?
All right, guys, we'll now look for a breakdown at 81.50s. Heading down to 81 or this 81.29.30s in the area.
I just took most of the rest off, holding 100 shares here of Twitter. Up almost $100 now.
Don't want to see it back over 82, guys. Back over 82. I think we're going to start seeing a push up here. So I'm going to be paying attention to that whole dollar. CGC, man. Cannabis with a huge breakdown today. Don't know if you've seen that, guys, but cannabis breaking down big today, guys. ACB down to 1380s. CGC was up, I think, over $20 in pre-market.
Yeah. I'm in 1,000 shares of Marvel. I like this short for the most part. I gotta use a risk level of 70 up here though. But 1,000 shares of Marvel. We'll give it some time. See if we break down test lows of the day is what I really want to see here. It's 59s.
I'm out. Got out of the win, guys. Got out of the win. Just not gonna test it up there by the VWAP. When I added, I got down to 82 tenths. And so with that being said, not going to risk some of this $40 here. That's a good gain.
All right, very close to exiting my Marvel trade. It looks like it might get squeezed up to the 70 level.
All right, team. If you guys are watching this, definitely hit the like. Let's go ahead and get these likes up to that 150 level. Let's do it.
Ooh, see, I looked the other way. I got squeezed out of Marvel. It's all right. Like I said, I'm being a little swingy today. I'm still holding 100 shares of Twitter, but definitely over trading some today.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start looking in the market to see if there's any news for us that might change the direction of the SPY for us, okay? So that's what I'm going to be paying attention for. See if there's any positive fluff out there. We could find some. So let's go ahead and look around.
Yeah, for sure. I made back the loss a lot, which is good. I'm happy to do it. I don't want to keep pushing too hard, though, and just end up, swinging too hard here. So I'm going to slow down a little bit. It's past 10.
Yeah, I could see momentum slowing down. In my eyes, that's a significant amount of volume starting to jump into the SPY here. And we have a triple bottom on the SPY at 369. Use the 15-minute chart to see that SPY has trended straight down, guys. Once that breaks trend, I'm going to be looking for stocks to come back up. But for right now, it's still holding the trend. Just kind of like the same way we had yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw in the Discord, but I talked a lot about the channel that the SPY was in. The channel kept going up, 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 up. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And what are we seeing here? lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, a downtrend. So that's
Right.
what you want to continue seeing. If you see that, then the trend is still in place. If it breaks the channel, that's when you start looking to see those reversals really take off.
Yep.
We're holding trend right now on the 15. And the 15 is something that big time investors use. That's why I use the 15, guys, because I want to know kind of how the institutionals are thinking right now. And they're still thinking, well, this is channel trapped right now.
Still watching Marvel here, see if we get a breakdown.
Yeah, Marvel's a good one. Had earnings today. Has big swings, that one.
Yeah, for sure. It's got
I've
a lot
traded
of,
it before.
yeah, it's got a lot of upward momentum too, which is good.
How are the COVID plays doing today? No, they're actually doing well. Like Zoom. Let's see Peloton. Peloton bouncing back today? No. Breaking down a little bit. Teladoc, maybe. Doing good today. Looks like we're getting some bounce back in some of those COVID plays.
All right, so I shorted a few hundred shares of Marvel. I'm holding 200 shares left. Made a little bit. I don't mind adding back to this one and potentially shorting this low of the day break if we get it here for Marvel. So that's what I'm waiting on. I do see a range in this one up until 31.75. So like I see this range right here. But definitely probably still losing after today with commissions, but it's not as bad as it would be.
Start going through kind of sectors, see what we got here. Okay, majority of them I'm seeing double bottoms, so we're starting to get that pressure that, and maybe we might be too far down, bouncing off some support.
Yeah, the market is rebounding over 301.
Yep, just comes to show us can we break the channel? The channel really will be broken if we get above 302 and hold. We talked about that whole dollar earlier. I'm going to be looking for that to break and hold. Yeah, SPY pushed up there.
Yeah.
Triple bottom, 369, guys. It happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the. No, go ahead.
When you get triple bottoms on any chart, it's gonna always give it the pressure is not on the downside anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold the rest of this 200 shares break even. I was thinking about adding back, but not with the market pushing. I mean, I don't know. Marvel's kind of not really trending with the market, so to speak. It had some earnings, and so maybe I'll add 300 shares here, and then just try to keep 75 as a risk, maybe. Oh wait, Jerome Powell's talking. Ooh, I don't want to hold this now then.
Told you. I had a feeling there's gonna be some news today, man. Some little. I've been looking. I'm literally over here just looking around. Whoever called that out, good call out. I'll go ahead and find it.
All right, we're right around my exit point for this one.
Yeah, it looks like he's speaking. I was watching the New York Fed chair. He actually talked about the yield curve and how they're looking to potentially add that. It's something I brought up in January that I thought the economy could come down, and it's crazy that they're going to actually think of this. It's kind of an extra bullet that the Feds have.
Yeah, so I got out of mine.
Okay, so it looks like he's going to have a conversation with Federal Reserve Chair Powell and Professor Alan Binder. It's supposed to happen at 11 Eastern. It hasn't started just yet. But it's the Princeton Reunion Virtual Talk.
Interesting. Okay, so he's talking now. That might give us some chances to do stuff.
All right, team. As we see the SPY push on up there, if you guys want to go ahead and check out the platform that John and I use on these streams every single day, that's how you guys see today. Got a nice little up about a little bit over $50, bounce back early in the day, but definitely going to be looking to see if the SPY breaks out this channel. But for you beginner traders out there that are looking to kind of start separating from paper accounts and really start getting your system going, you guys should definitely check out TradeNet. It's a high quality platform. It gives you really traded funded accounts. They're kind of educational packages. And what it really does is gives you that cheap commission, gives you a lot of buying power so that you can go ahead and trade pretty much any stock that you want to trade. The really fun part I think about TradeNet is that anything tradable, you can go ahead and trade it short or long. You no longer will have to be worrying about borrowing shares. And like always, you need strengths to go and help you as a new trader. So strengths like cheap commission, a chat room to go have access to, a professional trading course, and also a demo account to when you start the account. I can't stress this enough, guys. They definitely help the new trader definitely start taking a much better approach at their risk management. And I think that's really where TradeNet really does the best, is that it gives you the best ability to manage your risk as a beginner trader, to really start trading live and getting the emotions under your belt. Once you got that, then yeah, go ahead and throw thousands at a big account. But like we always recommend, start small, start getting your process, and what we recommend definitely is checking out TradeNet.
Yeah, for sure. I posted the link in the chat. As I was saying that, I did get into UAL. I'm up a little bit over $100. We'll see what else we find though today. Definitely one of my worst days, I think, with over trading, and that's all right. I think the loss yesterday is kind of maybe getting to me a little bit, which happens. But it's a green day. And I'm still up big, and so we'll see what happens, but was able to nail UAL's rip there up to the $0.50 and sell into that a little bit under the $0.50. Market bounce back. The big level here now on the SPY team is this level right here, guys. Look at this level. 301.75, previous low of the day from this morning's opening range. And it's really 301.80 or so, but that's a big level to see if we hold above, or if we continue to push back up here on the SPY. We're still down on the day, but not a bad rip back up to that level, and we'll see what we get. Also, guys, while we do have a second here, be sure to subscribe. We're trying to break 23,000 subscribers. I think we need about 50 more. Yeah, we need about 50 more, a little bit less than 50. And so hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Like, if you join us now and you're watching us now and you haven't subscribed, we do this live every single day right here on YouTube for free. Like, we're not experts here. We're not gurus. We just teach people what works for us. And like I said, we've been documentedly profitable. And so with that, hit the subscribe button if you want to watch us do it. We're just a free resource and community team. And so if you appreciate the content we put out, great way to help support our free content here is subscribing to our channel. We also have another channel that we do more longer term investing on here, and if you want to check that out, here's the link for that as well. I will be dropping a kind of a how-to tutorial on building an Amazon video from scratch, or an Amazon business from scratch, coming soon. And then on beginner trading, I have a video on my favorite scalping strategy that's kind of helped me build my account up the way it is, and it's a walkthrough video of that. And so we got a lot of dope content dropping this weekend, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to both of these channels. I just posted the second channel link in the chat if you want to check those out. Hey, I appreciate the sub, AB. Thank you, brother. And so, yeah, go check those out. We should have some pretty dope videos dropping this weekend, and so be sure to be on the lookout for those as well. I don't know if I'm done yet. We'll see if we can find some trades to get into right now, but you know, I'm gonna be patient on the now that I am up a little bit, and see what the market gives us. Hey, nice. Market bouncing up again a little bit. Like I said, guys, watch that 301.75 level is a huge level. And I think Powell is definitely influencing the market here. We're getting some interesting rips right now. Hey, appreciate the subscribe, Val. Welcome, man. Shout out to my man with the subscribe. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. 23,000. I didn't realize. I imagine this like a daily hangout in the corner of a small sports bar, but that's huge. Yes, sir. We're growing, man. We're almost there. We're going to hit that this weekend for sure. If you want to help us hit that, guys, like I said, hit that subscribe button. You know you want to. You know?
All right, guys. The channel's starting to break there. Now you want to start seeing big volumes start stacking in there at the level that John said, those 75s, and then head towards that 302.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
The channel is going to be very vital, and this is something that big traders are looking at right now, guys, and not just day traders. So that's one thing to always keep in mind. When you get combination moves of big traders with day traders, that's how you really get those momentum pushes.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see if that starts pushing up there. That's going to be the biggest thing. I'm not even going to take a trade until I start seeing this channel change. Would much rather be on trend than rush into an anticipation trade for me right here.
Yes, sir.
And does anyone have the PAL speech live? Because from what I've been seeing, it hasn't started, but some people are saying yes, some people are saying no.
Let me see if I can find it. I'm not seeing it.
I think I might have found one. There you go. I found one. There you go, guys. I'll put it up in the chat if you guys want to see it. I found one. It took me a while.
What state am I from? I'm from Louisiana. Yeah, I had about 2K when you joined, Blake, I think. But yeah, I'm from Louisiana.
All right, John. I'm gonna listen, and I'll let you know if I see anything
Okay.
big.
I got you. All right. Yeah, I don't know. If it's positive, we're thinking about going long, and if it's negative, obviously we're going to go short. And these are the trades that I don't mind going big on if we get some nice momentum in our direction. So we're going to see. Hey, appreciate the sub. Ricardo, Val, appreciate the love, guys. Remember, hit that subscribe button. We're going to try to hit 23,000 today, or at least this weekend, maybe. All right, so Mitch says they're talking about how people ran to panic at the first part of the crisis. He said they went for treasuries first, then went provision of credit. Alright, and then he said, as we backstopped the lending, it started to work again.
Yeah, so a lot of what he's talking about, guys, is that how when the feds went into action, they started to do things like the treasuries, the provision of credit, backstopping all the lending, stuff like that. And that actually created confidence. And they saw the system kind of fix itself just because of them talking about it, let alone them actually doing the action in those assets. Once they did the action, the bigger companies and kind of the sentiment came with, hey, the feds are going to back us up here. We're all good.
Alright, so market's dropping slightly here, starting to rebound a little bit, kind of consolidating as these moves start to happen.
Okay, guys, this is kind of bigger news. He's saying that they're going to start helping kind of companies that are more in the middle. He says that smaller companies got helped out in the PPP program, that the feds are looking to help out kind of the middle companies, not the really big ones, but not the tiny ones either. So yeah. Middle range. That's what's being talked about now.
Interesting. Hope they help Hertz. Hey, I'm holding that. What is it at now? Yeah, I mean, I'm up a little bit. And like I said, guys, hit subscribe because we're gonna be dropping some dope content this weekend in both channels. Here's the second channel, and if you guys know me, before I did any of this, you know, I ran 2 Amazon businesses that I built from scratch that honestly produced thousands and thousands of dollars per month. I think in the heat of my Amazon business, I was making about $6 to $7 grand a month. Completely built it myself. It was not an Amazon FBA business. It was a seller fulfilled business, what they call merchant fulfilled. And you know, I think it's one of the easiest ways to start your own business that can potentially make you thousands of dollars per month. Sometime this weekend, I think I'm going to be dropping that video explaining how I built it from scratch and kind of how to, from somebody that's actually done it. You know, and you guys have known I've started, that I messed with Amazon businesses a long time ago. And I haven't dropped anything yet with it because, you know, like I said, if you go on Facebook, a lot of the time you're going to get people that try to sell you courses on how to build Amazon FBA businesses that probably have never even done it, that just want to make money from, you know, new people that don't understand it. I'm somebody that actually has done it, and I'm just going to give this away for free on the second channel just so people can kind of see how you build a business like that and what that entails, kind of the pros and cons of doing so. and all that good stuff about it. And so if you want to check out the second channel, like I said, here's the link if you want to see it. There's the second channel. Just be sure to go subscribe to the second channel because that's the link right there. So yeah, just be sure to go sub to the second channel there. Yeah, but we're going to be dropping that video this weekend. And then on this channel, specifically on the beginner trading channel, we're going to be dropping a walkthrough video on my favorite strategy. Breaking it down step by step, exactly how you trade the scalping strategy that I've been implementing in the market lately. Alright, so he said no grant money, it's going to be loans. Interesting. Hey, see you, Buzz.
Okay, guys. Hold on, let me fix the volume. I don't know if John's talking.
No, you're good. I'm not.
All right.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So, major thing. They're talking about how they want to really look at the economy, find the companies that have furloughed workers, and what they're going to try to do is they're going to be trying to give out, set up loaning products to these companies that they feel can handle the credit. So that's also another big thing, is if they were financially stable before COVID. That was what was mentioned. So he's going to be looking, they'll be looking for these companies that kind of gave workers to furlough, and they're trying to make sure that those furloughs don't turn into laid off. This is a big focus, I think, of the economy as a whole. And one of the things that I focused on was what was going to happen to the furloughed workers. Were they just going to go back to work, or were these companies going to make the decision, the hard decision, of turning furloughed workers to laid off workers? So I think this is, to me personally, the only thing that could really affect the economy to bring it back down is the unemployment problem. Because at least from what I've seen, economy-wise, we've come back a certain amount, and the sentiment is very positive. So to me, the negatives in the economy are the two, the virus and the unemployment. Those are the only kind of big negatives that I can see affecting the market.
Right, but those are correlated with each other as well.
Yeah, 100%. Have a big correlation between each other. Yeah. And in the end of the day, we're going to have to just see what is going to be the corporation decision. Is it going to be to cut workers so they can save cost? Or is it going to be, let's get into more debt, get some of these credits, keep our workers, try to keep these economy rolling until a vaccine comes out or something like that. So right. Companies need to make this decision. It's a hard one to make.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, remember to subscribe, team. Like I said, we're trying to hit 23K. Hit that sub button, show support if you haven't already.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt there. Big thing is that you saw those wicks?
Yep. Yeah, we're hitting that 301 level on the SPA now. So I'm waiting here. I don't know if I'm going to trade anymore. We're going to try to be patient, but SPA's testing 301. I'm seeing a little surge up. He must have said something good.
Yeah, that 1 in 4 unemployed stat, that kind of scared me too. I agree, yeah. Shane. It's a scary stat to hear. 1 in 4.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, hey, I'm still furloughed. I'm enjoying it, but
luckily I work from home. So I got super lucky with all this. My businesses have actually been doing really, really well, all of them. And so I'm very blessed in that regard. But I feel bad for everybody else, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult. Difficult times call for understanding of expenditures, guys. Always look at your expenses. Always realize that we can't always be at like spending 90% of our income. I think that's what a lot of people do, is they get to this kind of weekly paycheck that it's always going to come. And if you have that mentality and then stuff like this happens, that's when you really get hurt. It's a learning lesson for all of us.
Yeah, 100%. All right, we're getting a big surge right now. We're trying to test 301.50 here.
Steve talking about the market went up quite a bit since March. Does the volume support the gain? I kind of tried to talk about this a little bit yesterday. To me, I think a lot of the push came from the algorithms. But I also understand that, hey, hedge funds need to rotate. A lot of the times when they take big hits like they did in the crisis, they needed to rotate. And I think the hedge funds and the big institutionals, they rotated and they caused that rally. Did they tell us? No. Majority of the hedge fund and institutional traders were like, oh, this is the world's end.
Like, no.
We're going down. We're going down. But I think personally, at least the story tells me that we're back at 300. They were buying up that dip.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's understandable too.
It happens.
Hey, hedge funds have millions, and if anything was going to bring the SPY back after that March drop, it was going to be the big boys. Right. It wasn't going to be us jumping in with our little 100 shares.
100%.
All right, guys, catching up with the chat here, guys. If you guys see any tickers that you guys want us to take a look at, definitely go ahead and put it up in the chat. Gonna go ahead and look to see if there's anything else being talked about. Let me see. You ready for this stat?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Released by Jerome Powell. If you make under $40,000 in this last month, you have about 40% chance of being laid off.
Oof.
That is bad.
Yeah. That's no bueno, guys. I mean, I'm safe, but you know, that's about the median income in the US. It's maybe a little bit below it, but that's not good. Okay, so he's talking about employees in the toughest industries and how it's going to take a while for them to come back. We're talking about industries like the cruise lines, like the airlines. At the end of the day, they're going to have to make decisions. You know, they can't hire everyone back. Right.
Look, we're getting a nice spike here, starting to get to VWAP. We're starting to break the trend. And now the key to determine if a channel is broken is if the body can close outside of the channel. That's how you consider if a channel has been broken. So if this 15-minute can close outside of that trend line that you see coming down, then I would consider the channel broken.
Yeah, it's that 301.80 level. We're right up there now, 301.75, 301.80. This is going to be a big influence if we can hold that level or not too.
Yeah, I agree with you, Shane. Shane's talking about how many people will need to find new jobs. That's what Powell said, but he's saying there is no jobs, and And that's the concern that I have is where are these furloughed workers going to end up? We came back decades of unemployment. So how quickly can we get that back up and running?
Right. Yeah, Twitter is down on the day, but it's kind of bouncing back and forth a little bit here. Yeah, so yeah, remember guys, 301.70, 301.80 got rejected there in the SPY.
Paul's pointing out areas of new jobs like cleaning and stuff like that. I think, you're going to see some increases in kind of sanitary conditions in different businesses. But the question is, how much can a company really expend towards that area before they stop being profitable? And I think that's really the major concern. You can only spend so much on safety equipment before your expenses that you never thought were going to come overtake you.
Right.
It's a difficult time to run a business, I can tell you that. I've wanted to do big investments like let's say food trucks and restaurants and stuff like that, and this goes to show you there's always a risk. There's always a risk, guys.
Yeah, for sure. See, that's why I specialize in online business, and I think there's a better margin with online businesses. I like the other one that's easy to do if you want, like if you have like an entrepreneurial spirit, is like a real estate agent. They start their own businesses, start their own teams fairly easily, and there's a lot of different aspects of real estate that there's a lot of businesses to be made and created, and that can be very profitable in real estate as well. With that, and so it's like there's real estate photography, there's 3D mapping of homes, there is real estate sales, real estate brokerages, a lot of different aspects, real estate leads, what have you. And so there's a lot of different benefits of real estate in there that you can start a pretty solid business with overall. Go ahead, Mitch. You can talk about it. I'll stay quiet. Go ahead. I think Mitch is listening. So Mitch said there's an upside of inflation that's not big, but that's big that he is saying that. And so I guess that's positive.
Yeah, inflation's the main concern of the Feds. They're always trying to get it down to this 2% target rate. But really, what happens is they need to keep an eye on inflation, because if you always play around with the other kind of the credit systems, the lendings, and all that can all play in a big impact on inflation. We don't want to see inflation just start kicking off through the roof. Next thing you know, we have 6-8% inflation, and you go into the grocery store and your milk that used to cost $4 or $5 becomes $10 or $12. That's the major concern of the Feds, and what he's saying here is that the inflation risk right now is not big.
That's good. Yeah, we're getting a squeeze up from that.
Got a question in the chat from Sid. I could kind of touch it. Sid, are you trying to talk about TradeNet platform, TEFs, or just talking about just liquidity overall? Just want to make sure that I answer the question specifically.
I think he's probably talking about just liquidity, but maybe he might be talking about TradeNet. With liquidity, it's just...
I'll cover both, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
We look for the major one, relative volume. I think that would be it, John, right? For some big liquidity is you want to see first of all, we like stocks that trade over 1 million shares a day. And that's just usually just to help us with them being other traders in the stock. That's going to definitely help you right off the bat. But the big thing that we look for is that term, relative volume, because if you're seeing a stock trade 3 times, 5 times the volume that it normally trades, that's called momentum. And momentum moves stocks, whether it be up or down.
Yeah, for sure. Big Baller said the Amazons of the world are killing everyone. It's not even Amazon, which we really want to understand. it's just improvements in technology is all it is. Like improvements in technology, and it's inevitable because technology is going to improve and make certain businesses more efficient as time goes on. And so the businesses that don't evolve, even though it may suck for them overall, if they don't evolve with the technology, they're going to go down and they're going to lose. And so it's one of those things where it's like people get so mad at Amazon. Amazon's just the first one to implement that technology to where they can ship stuff all around the world in a very efficient, successful way. And so you can't really knock them for it. Sure, the brick and mortar stores over time are going to become obsolete. What happened with Barnes and Noble, bookstores, anything like that, of course they're going to become obsolete as technology improves. And it's not Amazon's fault. It's we're improving in that technology. And so just like carriages went out of business, carriage businesses went out of business. Same thing with some of these brick and mortar stores. They're going to become obsolete. And some of the best trading investments and the best trades and investments and the best bets you can make is finding businesses and obsolete technologies and obsolete products that are going to become obsolete is what I mean. Finding products and services and businesses that are going to become obsolete with that improvement of technology, and that's a pretty safe bet a lot of the time that they're going to go down as long as you have the capital for it. And so that's really what it is. It's just an improvement in technology, and that is always going to affect certain businesses, just like the car put the carriage business out of business, you know, and that's just how it goes. People just hate on Amazon when it's like they're just the first ones to do it. Yeah, Toys R Us, you know, all that stuff, 100%. Right, you don't get with the times, man, you're gonna get left behind. And that's it with any business. It's a good lesson on evolving your business as technology improves and as the game changes. You got to evolve. If you don't evolve, you're gonna get left behind, just like everybody else that we can, you know, there's a million examples of it. And so it's not Amazon's fault. It's just how it goes, man. Technology improves. And I'm happy it does because it benefits all of us. But small business owners like yourself can't compete with them, and they are buying power. Yeah, for sure. But that's like anything, man. And listen, they have that game locked up. But that doesn't mean there's not other games. Like if you decide to create a business that directly competes with Amazon, I mean, it's not Amazon's fault. That's just a bad business selection. You know what I mean? They're not competing with me, you know, like I said, and I would never try to compete with them. If anything, I'd join them, which is what I talked about selling on Amazon in a mutually beneficial way. And so it's one of those things where you got to find, the whole thing about building a business is you have to find holes in niches, whatever you want to call it. You got to find holes that are underserved and then supply them. You know, that's what you do. That's how you build a business. You find niches in the game. Like when we created this YouTube channel, you know, when I founded this YouTube channel, there was barely anybody doing this. Nobody was doing it. Now everybody wants to do it, right? But when I started it like this, nobody was doing it. And so I found a hole in the game and thus served that need. You know, what did I want? I wanted to watch people day trade for free on YouTube. There wasn't barely anybody doing it. And so now everybody's doing it. Everybody's trying to get involved, but it's a little saturated now at this point. It's going to be a lot harder to grow at this point. You know, I'm sure if you just put out the same penny stock strategies that everybody else looks for, it'll be easier. But the reality is it's getting saturated. And the key to opportunity in business is finding areas that are not saturated, serving them, and then growing organically like that. I mean, it's not that they're getting into every industry. They are just an online, you know, marketplace, man. You know, what they actually do. Like a lot of the time people think that Amazon is killing all these other businesses. The reality is Amazon is partnering with businesses. Like you think the products Amazon sells are Amazon's products, because they're not. They're not Amazon's products. They're third-party sellers is a large majority of what Amazon sells. It's not Amazon's products. It's not Amazon's electronics. It's not Amazon's yoga mats. It's third-party sellers yoga mats. It's businesses that sell on Amazon. And so sure, if you have a brick and mortar yoga mat store, of course Amazon's going to be, you know, running into your territory. But again, that's because businesses turn obsolete if you don't evolve with technology, and brick and mortar stores, retail stores, are going to struggle moving forward because we have the technology to not need them anymore. And I know that sucks. Sure, there's going to be some that The convenience factor of going to the store outweighs the convenience factor of having it shipped to you. Like if I buy a computer, I want to buy that computer now. I don't want to wait 2 days and have it shipped in the mail. So Best Buy is still around because people want to go buy their tech now. You know, but in the end, like I said, it's the stuff that's listed on Amazon is not Amazon's products. They get a cut of it, but they're actually other businesses that are selling on there. And that's what people want to understand is that it's other businesses that are selling on there. It's not like if you buy a skillet on Amazon, if you buy a grill on Amazon, it's not Amazon's grill. It's another company's grill that is implementing and selling through Amazon.
All right, guys, if we see on the SPY 15-minute there, you saw how the last candle it looked like it was going to break the VWAP, came back, and what did it do? It closed underneath that trend line. It's a trap. So what you have to do is you have to wait for it to close out of that trend line. And that's why it kind of trapped down there and did that harm me. So wait for it to really get above this 302. That's where I think we'll really start seeing the momentum change. And it probably won't look back at that 301.38. So that's what we're going to look to see if this candle can finally break out of it.
Yeah, I'm looking at United Airlines. See, maybe get this VWAP bounce, little breakout here. Nothing yet, though, but we're watching it. We're up to 25s. We'll see if we can find a good entry here for...
You know what's an interesting stat with Amazon?
What?
About 80% of homes have ordered from Amazon.
Oh, for sure. I believe that.
That is ridiculous. Man, 80% of the market share.
I've been using Amazon way too much, man. You know, way too much, dude.
To me, that's so big. It's like it's almost like you don't even understand how they could grab 80% of all households.
Now, dude, you want to hear a funny stat from Amazon? Jeff Bezos makes $11 million a day. That's a stat. $11 million a day. A day, you know.
Fill me in, man.
Yeah, I'm taking 1,500 shares of Amazon here, or of UAL here. Oh no, I accidentally bought instead of sold. I bought another 1,500. Okay, I'm out. No, I'm not out. I'm still holding 1,000 shares. Oh my gosh, this is a stressful trade. I accidentally bought. I went long for the first time today. Almost about to get out, close to break even on the rest, but made a huge win. I accidentally bought. All right, I'm out. Man, that was stressful. So what I did was I bought 1,500 shares, and it immediately went in my direction and ripped up over 30. And so I tried to cover into it, and then I added, so I got in with 2,500 shares, and then it ripped up a little bit more, so I was able to take most of it off there. But man, up about 400, 360 on the day. Hey, dude, what's up, man?
Daddy, can I have something to eat?
Yeah, I already gave you your breakfast. You want more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got you, buddy. But yeah, caught UAL here. And that's why you don't ever really give up in your trading. I mean, you give up. Sometimes it's good to accept the red day, and that might have been what I should have done today. But yeah, caught UAL on this rip up over 30. Got in a little early, but not too bad. I'll take it. Like I said, I don't mind hanging out today. It's Friday. Glad I got out there. Look at that reversal, big reversal. Oh, it's still holding 20.
No.
Oh man, you scared me, buddy. Let me see. Show everybody how cool you are. Come here. Whoa. Who's that cool kid right there, man? Who is that?
You mean I'm Jack London?
Yeah, tough boy.
Cool.
That's right.
Because do I look like Jack? Yes.
Yeah, you do, buddy. You're the coolest kid ever, man. That's my son. All right, it's over. All right. the problem is I still think it looks kind of strong. Look at Twitter. Twitter's moving up. I have 3 monitors set up. If you want to see kind of my life as a trader, I got a good video for you. It's called a Day in the Life of a Day Trading YouTuber. A really fun video that I made a few weeks ago. Here's the link if you want to check it out. No, but I'll take that, AB. I'll take that, you know. I know I'm devastatingly handsome, but, you know, it is what it is. But no, here's check out this link. It's a Day in the Life of a Day Trading YouTuber. Yeah, a really fun video I made. So yeah, if you want to see my monitors, I have a 34-inch and then 2 27 inches on the side. So 34-inch ultra wide and then 27-inch, 27-inch right here. So that's why you see me panning like a pretty big area. But yeah, in that video I talk about all the setups I have and like what I do every day. Kind of what my different jobs are. Hey, appreciate the sub, DJ. Hey, shout out to Addicted Addy over there for hating on me, motivating me to make over $300 today. I appreciate that, sir. Keep hating, man. You know. But watching Twitter here, we'll see what happens. Still being patient. Like I said, I don't mind letting the stream roll a little bit longer today. We still got around 200 people in here, and so hit that like button too, team. The big thing is like I have an i7 computer that I think VGA is one of them uses VGA, the other one uses the main monitor that uses the 3D graphics card, or that uses my graphics card the most, is this middle one, and so it's connected directly to the HDMI slot for that. And then I think regular HDMI support, and then this one's like a VGA. And so yeah, it depends, like they're not all hooked up to the slots, but there's enough slots. One's VGA, one's just regular HD, and then the other one's the 4K one.
Can I have something to eat?
Do I get any flickering? What do you mean? Yeah, I mean, all the charts move. Like, I look at the level 2. Really, I only have charts up on 2 of these. Like I said, watch the video. You kind of see my setup. Yeah, for sure. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, guys. We're trying to break 23,000. We only need about 30 more subscribers. We've gained about 60 today. So hit that like button, team.
All right, team. One thing that I'll be looking for is now the SPY has about 3 more minutes left on this 15-minute candle. Let's see if it can hold the VWAP, start getting above this. That's what I would be like, look to see for the reverse trend. If not, if it gets back below that trend line, we could see a test of that 369 again.
I mean, I do a little bit of penetration testing, AB, and so I have a Linux VM that I mess with. I don't really, that may be a little bit misleading. I'm not like super well versed in it. It's just been one of my newest hobbies. I'm a big nerd, and so I do like programming, JavaScript front end stuff, mostly like React and stuff, and then you know, I've been learning a little bit of penetration testing as well with like Linux, Kali Linux, virtual machines, and you know, different stuff like that.
James likes the setups, man. Trying to build your setup, James. So setups, I always recommend kind of get an ultimate look of what your ultimate setup will be like. It's something that I did. I started with really one monitor, but I had the idea always to get up to this kind of the setup that I have now. And the way I did that, guys, is that each year, instead of overextending when you first start trading and just spending a whole bunch of money on your setup, what I did was I just spent a little bit of money every single year to improve my setup, eventually making my ultimate setup. And I think that's what every trader should kind of do. At first, make something that can work for you. Then eventually you can get something that is, something that an ultimate trader would want to have, a trader that has multiple screens and stuff like that. For the beginning part of trading, I always recommend 1 to 2 screens is more than enough. The reason you see John and I have 3, 4 screens is a lot of the times is that we do have other things that we need to have on the side, like chat room and stuff like that. But really at the end of the day, 1 to 2 screens you can trade with. Of course, like I say, if you want to build up an ultimate setup, build up an ultimate setup. But start small. Start with 1, know how you want to build it. And that's how I was able to first go from 1 to 2, then eventually I had 3 screens for a while, and then eventually making a 4th.
Yeah, for sure. I think you need to spend your money in trading. Like, I have an old video. It's actually, ironically enough, it's one of my most successful videos, which is, are dual monitors worth it in trading, right? And this is back when I only had 2. And the basic overarching point of that video is, if you have money as a brand new trader and you're like a new trader that hasn't proven himself, kind of like Mitch said, you don't need 2 monitors. Like, find yourself some consistency first. You know what I mean? Like, any extra money you get, you should use it for experience in trading. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying you're going to make money. I'm just saying, like, experience is gold in trading. That's what makes you a successful trader. It doesn't matter the course you take, really. It just matters how much experience you have and how much you've conditioned yourself to make the right decisions, right? And that takes time. It takes repetition. But, like, with that said, I know everybody wants a lot of monitors, but, like, you got to find consistency first and do that first. Then once you have consistency, then buy as many monitors as you want, But take it slow first, I guess, is the best way to explain it. A lot of people just want bragging rights with their monitors, and it's like, look, I love monitors. I'm trying to talk my wife into letting me get another one just because it take up too much room over here. But, like, first, know what you're doing first, I guess, is the best way to explain it.
All right, guys, I put up the screens that I use. You can look around and find these really cheap. I think the cheapest I ever got these were like a little bit under $100. And this was the 23-inch one. I actually have, of this same monitor, I have 2 27s of that style, and then I have the 2 of the 24-inch. So what I have is 2 verticals on the right and left-hand side. I put the 27 standing upright, and then I stack the 24s to essentially create myself a square view. That was my intention. I felt that a lot of trading setups were way too wide, and you cannot see past about, let's say, 75, percent. No, I didn't put up a link. I just put up in the chat the name of them.
Okay.
I didn't want to put up a link because we didn't want to associate a link or anything with it.
Yeah, here's his screens. Like, watch. Let me see. Didn't you get like a backlight recently, Mitch? You put a video up in the chat.
Yeah.
Here, hold on, let me show him.
Yeah, you could pull it up in the Discord. I put it up.
Yeah.
And the real key was build something for yourself, Is my monitor on Amazon? It is right now, but it's a little too expensive on Amazon. I can tell you that right now. I always got these in Black Friday times.
Yeah.
And all I did was just continuously target what I thought was the cheapest time to buy monitors. And to me, that's Black Friday.
Right. Let me see if it'll let me jump back to May 3rd.
I could pull up the picture if anything. But
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. I don't see it. I know it was
let me see if I can find it.
Here, I got you. They got some funny stuff people post in the off-topic. The off-topic section is actually way more active than the regular one.
Yeah, our off-topic is crazy out there.
Yeah. Let me find Mitch's setup. Mitch's setup is way cooler than mine for sure. Hold on. Let me, I thought I had it. You posted it in the off-topic, didn't you? I thought it was. When did you post it?
Yeah.
I can't find it.
Hey, what the heck? Here, I'll just take one.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, take one. Post it in the Discord.
You can do that. Here, let's have some fun. Here, this is what I can do. Discord.
I found it. I got you. I found it. All right, here. This is it right here, guys. That's Mitch's setup. The dopest of dope.
Well, I just worked it out, man. Yeah, it wasn't always dope.
Yeah.
It wasn't always so dope. You know, one thing that you see there, you see my ring light in the back. You see, I have a headset that I use, a mic that I have if I need to. The real key is always what I try to do is I try to put the stocks that I want to trade on the left. The trading window, that's my bottom one. That's the one you guys always see. And then the top one will have kind of these more main charts. And now my right side is mainly filled with sectors and industries. And that's what I mainly use, the right one now. But I started this off with just 2 guys, then went to 3, then went to 4. And I think that's the important part, is just try to, if you're going to be in this for the long run, think about it like that, you know? And it could definitely help you build a big setup if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like yours better because it pans easier. Like mine is a huge range. I gotta look all the way over here, all the way over here. You know, I would like to have it just here. Plus, I can't fit anymore because I ran out of room. And so if I do get another one, what I am looking at if I do get another one is another 34-inch ultra wide that I can put on top of this one. That would be cool.
I could see people. I would be confused with that many charts.
I mean, people don't realize, like, I look at 12 charts, too. Like, I have, this whole monitor is dedicated to charts. So, like, people think I'm only looking at 1 or 2 at a time. I'm looking at, like, 12, 13. And it just gets to a point where you have a range of stocks that you trade, and then you just watch the range, and that's how you find the strategies you want. Like, I just look for strategies I find profitable, and then I find the range and attack those.
Yeah, like always, guys. You know, I always think I got to this look because that was my intention to begin with. I tried to really tell myself what would be the best is the big square. Because the rectangles are a little bit harder to see.
Yeah.
So that's just what I thought about.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna close it down.
Yeah, the SPY is just stopped.
Yeah.
It's almost like it doesn't want to move. Yeah. Now we finally got out of the trend, that channel, but then we're holding VWAP. And right. So that's concerning to me. That doesn't show me any kind of trend really. So I think that'll be it for us today. Not a bad day. At least I was able to bounce back from red. I think John did the same, and that's how you guys should. That's how we try to do it. You know, risk and reward. Get back into the trades. Try to focus on the risk and reward mentality part, and then not let the hits hit you down too much.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, guys, here's the link if you want to check out the same platform that we do. And again, I think it all boils down to just experience as a new trader. Like if you're new and you've never done it before, I think the cheapest way to get started is kind of the best way to get started at first, because no matter what anybody says, you'll probably lose your first few day trading accounts. And so with that, you just want to find a cheap option that'll help you get experience. And with the TEF's intro package, once you're approved for the funded account program, you get $14,000 to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can short stocks. There's a $700 max loss, and so if you go under $13,300, they close you down. And then there's a profit split of 70-30. You're gonna have to share 30% of your profits. But again, for $400, for less than that, they're giving you $14,000 to trade with. So a ridiculous amount of buying power. It's going to help you gain experience, and you're not going to risk as much as you would need to usually. And I think in that way, it really, really shines. If you want to check them out, it's a great way to help support our channel. We do make a commission if you sign up through us, and so go check out that link in the chat. Great way to help support us. What's up, Carlos? So I'm just recently starting to invest, Carlos. If you want to check out our second channel, I talk about my first ever investment. It was in United Airlines. I'm currently, I was already up 30%. I took profits. And so, you know, right now I got in at about $25 and I immediately gained 30% in a few days. And so I kind of swing traded it, but I'm planning to hold the rest longer term to see if airlines rebound. That's the only investment I've ever done, to be honest, long term. And so if you want to check out our second channel, like I said, we're also going to be dropping a tutorial on how to build an Amazon video or business from scratch. That is actually really easy, where you do not need a ton of investing startup capital on Amazon, and it's something that I personally did myself. And so if you want to check out the second channel, there's the link for that. Remember to hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every single day on YouTube, and so show support for what we do here, guys. We'll have a lot of dope videos dropping on this channel as well, and on the second channel this weekend, so check those out. Hit the like button to help support his team, and yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Let me make sure the second channel link posted here real quick.
Yeah, guys, also posted a link to the video, the recent one on Slack technologies and Salesforce. Check it out.
Yeah, guys, that's the second channel. So if you do check that video out, hit the subscribe button while you're there, guys. And yeah, no worries, Carlos. Later, team. Have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Later, team. Take care, guys.